of his career where he was never first-team All-Pro. He was never the MVP. He had one of the best defenses ever surrounding him. And since those years, it has been such a drop-off and such a demise in Denver, nothing in Pittsburgh, and really nothing with that year in the Giants, where I could see voters almost talking themselves out of putting Russell Wilson in the Hall of Fame. So it's a fascinating candidacy. I don't think he's first ballot, but I think he certainly has an argument to get in it.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know why this one stuck with me. 2015, a regular season, and that was where the one where at the bye week, Russ went and he went on like this vacation that looked
to
like
Mexico,
looked like a cover of a romance novel, riding horses on the beach and stuff like that. And he came back, and he just bawled out. I mean, I think the bye week. Let's see. It was like I think he had one bad game, but then he went 83%, 70%, 78%, 72%, 70% completion percentage, and in that period of time, he threw like 22 touchdowns, and did not throw a pick.
Yeah.
So yeah, he had these streaks where it was like, and I remember Doug Baldwin was the recipient of a lot of those passes that he threw during that time. But yeah, I mean I remember thinking, oh, Russ is getting too big for his britches, and then he came back and had that kind of season and finished it off in 2015. But then at the end of his career here, he did get too big for his britches. Yeah, just because he wanted more control. He wanted to throw the ball more. We had Pete talking about how we got to shut him down because he's throwing too many interceptions. I think he threw like 4 interceptions in a 3-game span or something like that. Maybe it was 5. And then that's when Pete kind of shut it down, and Russ didn't like that. So yeah, I mean it was kind of a bittersweet thing, and you look at it now, and I think that a lot of the opinions of people, and we'll check the texters maybe, but just you when you look back on it and all the the wounds kind of heal, and you forget about that part of it, you think about all the good things that he did, and he was just a fantastic scrambling quarterback. I mean, did he lead the team in yardage, or he was second on the team in rush yardage one year?
He led the team one year.
The year with Mike Davis.
Mike Davis was the leading running back, and he had just over 250 yards or something. It was dreadful.
Russ had like 5
something
or something. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I think, there's kind of 2 stories with Russell Wilson, but he was such a great underdog. And I remember, one of the things when he first got here, we were raving about him in 13 and 14, and nobody was giving him any credit. And then all of a sudden, all the national media started to jump on board and everything. So, but yeah, I mean, there was lots of a long period of time where he was ignored.
Yeah,
by most of the national media.
Yeah, he was just a guy like somebody's. Where did it go? I was looking at some of these texts. Lies about his height even in retirement.
I hope he doesn't get too chunky. Yeah. That's what happens to us, Russ. Remember, we were always like, yeah, he looks kind of thick.
He's always stout, Yeah. Should he have said, took a chance on a 5'10" and 5'8" kid? Come on, round up to 5'11". I don't fault him for that.
Well, he wants to make himself look shorter. So
yeah, you're getting kind of a mix. RW3 Hall of Fame, yes, it shouldn't be a debate. His personality shouldn't be a factor. Yeah, I mean, he's not a criminal. He's not a guy. Look, you got some bad guys in these Hall of Fames out there.
Yeah,
some legitimately bad people, but they were great players, and it is what it is. You're talking about who he is on the field. Let's see. His voice is so cringy. Okay, why did you make me listen to that? Sounds so dumb. Not to me. So it's just I still continue to marvel at the flip on him, because for years you could not critique him. You were not allowed to ever say anything negative about Russ, because that's where it turned into, why do you hate him? That's why we always joke about that. Why do you hate him? Sounds like you hate him. Just if you said, hey, that's a bad, he can't make that throw. He's got to be better than that. Oh, why are you always picking on Russ? It's like, geez, you can't say Seattle's a little angel. They used to always call him that, because he was perfect and you weren't allowed to be critical ever. And now it's completely flipped to where, with a lot of people, you're not allowed to say anything positive.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's there because of this, that, everything but him. He's not responsible. Somehow, him playing with a great defense, they were responsible for all the touchdowns he threw. I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, look, and that's one of the things that happens, in Super Bowl 48. It was like, oh, okay, he had the Legion of Boom defense, and he had Marshawn Lynch throwing or running the ball behind him. So he didn't have to throw a lot, and that was. I'm just trying to look at the numbers that he had. Super Bowl 48, he went 18 for 25, 206 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And that right there, I'll bet you if you averaged out like all of the games that he won would have like that.
Yeah.
18 for 25, and that's all you needed. Like Sam Darnold didn't have big, huge, explosive numbers in the Super Bowl because we didn't need it.
Yeah.
We had this great defense, and we had a good running game. And Ken Walker was, averaging 100 yards a game. So
and he made the plays he needed to make.
Yeah,
he was running the offense out there.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, I think, but look, I guess I don't fault the people who are bitter about the way he left, because I do think that was pretty bad. And the way I portrayed it, very simple, of course. He got too big for his britches.
Mm-hmm.
He just did. And so, he's kind of a guy that I feel like you don't really know who he is. Like, he doesn't really know who he is. And, the way he voices that over, and then some of the things that he says and did and everything, he was kind of all over the place. But I was like, it's pretty harmless, right? Yeah. I mean, it's not like
it was awkward. It was.
Yeah, it's not like he
cringy at times.
Yeah, but it's not like he was a bad guy.
Yeah,
and he wasn't selfish or anything like that. And there's been some quarterbacks here that I haven't liked.
Yeah,
and so I mean, he's always a nice guy and everything. But I mean, I think once that fades, that you've got a guy who's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Should he be in the Ring of Honor?
Yeah.
He's again the greatest quarterback in the history of this organization as we sit right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, look, if he makes the Hall of Fame, yes, you should probably be in the Ring of Honor.
I mean, Dave Craig's in it; he's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and you could make an argument for Dave, by the way, that if you look at his career, and I've looked at his numbers before and said, yeah, you could make the case. And especially where he came from, Milton College.
That doesn't exist anymore?
Yeah, there's like a Chuck E. Cheese there now.
Probably getting the same level of education there. I kid. I'm sure Milton was a great institution.
Oh, I'm sure it was. It taught Dave how to hunt and fish. I know that. That's all he's doing right now. But yeah, I mean, I get some of the people that, hang on to that last part of it. And, and some people that are still in this organization that have a hard time letting go of it just because of the magnitude of, going in there and saying, I want out.
Yeah.
Or I want changes. And if that doesn't happen, then I want out. So, yeah, that's that part of it, I think, is probably going to linger for a little while. But, yeah, I mean, when you look at his numbers.
Yeah, and where he ranks in all those categories, it's hard to argue against it. But I get the personal feelings, and it's hard to remove that, especially when you're a fan that's watched every moment, lived and died with every moment, and the way that it ended was not good. So, yeah, totally get that. But if you're just going to say, who was he on the field? What did he accomplish in that career? And how does it stack up against other Hall of Famers? Mm-hmm. His numbers tell me he's a Hall of Famer. Now, first ballot, second, I have no idea how that's going to go, but it will be interesting to see. Meanwhile, we'll get his insight on the Seahawks draft class and the impact of the Myles Garrett trade from NFL Network's Lance Zierlein. He's going to join us next with Wyman and Bob at Seattle Sports on 710.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle Sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
Hey, what if I told you a local credit union is giving members up to $30 per month just to make everyday purchases? It's Dave Wyman here, and when I heard about that offer from Harborstone Credit Union, I said, sign me up, and that's what I did at harborstone.com/cash. Now, you know, I'm not a big tech guy, not that tech savvy, but I got to tell you, opening a checking account was easy enough for me to figure out. So if I can do it, you can do it. And I got my PNW Cashback checking account for free. No fees or minimums, and when I make everyday purchases with my Harborstone PMW Cashback debit card, I earn up to $30 each month. My wife loves it, and when I get cash back on gas, groceries, coffee, travel, lunch, all categories count towards your cash back. You can even tap to pay. I figured that out too. So if you live, work, or worship in the state of Washington, sign up for a membership with Harborstone Credit Union and get the PNW Cashback free checking account. Open your free account online like I did at harborstone.com/cash or visit one of their 30 branches across the Northwest. That's harborstone.com/cash. Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
People can see through if it's not genuine, and it's genuine here. The Johnsons always talk about in orientation meeting, their dad and grandpa, they always maintain that it's a people business. We're not here to sell cars and work on cars. That's what we do, but it's really about just helping people. Every month we have a new employee orientation meeting, and the Johnsons present. They can't get out to all the stores every day and meet everyone, but at least they get to shake hands with new employees every month in the orientation meeting. And they tell everyone there's not one car deal or one repair order that is worth tarnishing our reputation and ruining an experience for a customer. That just is really what is instilled.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
No payments until winter at Grit City Harley on any new Harley this week. Annual percentage rates such as 2.99% and no payments until winter on any new Harley. Man, that's a long time at Grit City Harley now through Sunday.
No payments for 7 months with approved credit.
Digging in my yard, trying to lay a pipe. I hit a water line and now I have to pay a big fine. I should have called 811.
A shot to center field. Julio is there, and Julio makes the catch!
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house, even when there's not an actual seat, because you're in the T-Mobile pen.
They're going crazy here at T-Mobile Park.
The pen isn't just the perfect space to hang with your whole crew. It's where you can see Julio defend the no-fly zone 1 minute and watch Senor Smoke get ready for his big entrance the next.
Andres Munoz has simply been incredible.
Sure, the pen is standing room only, but with a team this exciting, who wants to be sitting down? Mariners baseball. Try this up.
With Mariners value games, you can score tickets under $12 on select dates all summer, including June 16th through 18th against the Orioles. Plus, on Thursday the 18th, the first 15,000 fans will take home a Mariners Stars and Stripes soccer jersey thanks to Alaska Airlines. Get your tickets today at mariners.com. That's mariners.com.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run!
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
We're kicking off a football frenzy that can net you up to $10,000 in cash. Don't stand on the sidelines. Get on the pitch and join the fun. Hourly hot seat drawings run every Saturday night from 7 p.m. till midnight in June and July. Take your shot at $10,000 every week. The field's wide open. Don't forget, your Reef Rewards card can save you up to 25 cents per gallon at Lummi Bay Market next to Silver Reef. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5 exit 260.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
a lot.
And that's important, trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
This hour of Wyman and Bob is brought to you by K2 Vision RLE.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Wyman and Bob.
Weekdays 2 to 7.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
We continue live from the Virginia Mason Athletics Center. It's Wyman and Bob, Seattle Sports on 710. We get a chance to speak to somebody who you catch on NFL Network, does a great job as an analyst and a draft analyst. He's with us now. Lance Zierlein is here. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Hey, before we get into everything going on with the Seahawks and your take on their draft and everything, we were just having a conversation about Russell Wilson. Obviously, he spent the bulk of his career here in Seattle, won a Super Bowl, went to another one. He's retiring, and the question is he a Hall of Famer? When you look at his numbers, I went through a bunch of categories, and he's all-time. He's top 10 in a lot of categories, top 15 and even more. To me, his numbers say he is, but I'm curious your perspective. What do you think?
I think he's a no doubt Hall of Famer, and I felt like he was during his time, maybe not the last year in Seattle, but before that, and especially after Lynch was gone. I mean, I thought Russell was chronically underrated. His ability to create explosive plays with his feet through the air, to extend drives on critical third downs. His touchdown to interception ratio was incredible at one point and over an extended period of time. So yeah, I think Russell Wilson, and it's a wide-ranging discussion you can have about personality or whatever. I just think there's something there that forces people to take a more biased view on him that doesn't really benefit him. And I think if you're objective and you operate without any bias, there was just no question that he deserved to be in the conversation for, one of the 5 best quarterbacks during his time. I thought he just had an extended run where he could make positive plays for his team and win games for his team when everything wasn't going smoothly around him. So yeah, I think he's definitely a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I asked a Hall of Famer, and I was doing this anonymously, and he said, 8 to 10 years, maybe. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be first ballot Hall of Fame, right? But,
right.
He has the numbers there, so it seems.
Look, he's more of a Hall of Famer than Eli Manning. I mean, without question, he's more of a Hall of Famer. I understand Manning won one more Super Bowl, but when you just compare the way those guys played football for their teams, it's not even a question. Russell was a much more consistent, much more productive quarterback.
Hey, Lance, everybody's getting cranky up here because people are crowning the L.A. Rams for being the best team in the NFL, and we're the reigning champions, of course, here. But just, what was your reaction on they definitely bolstered their defense this offseason?
Yeah, I think it's going to turn into a bigger nightmare when Aaron Donald comes back, which I do think is going to happen.
Really?
And I got a funny feeling Aaron Donald can still play football.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a great move for the Rams. The Rams basically said, look, we got a 2-year window with they've got 1 year with Adams at wide receiver, and then he'll move on, or they can maybe try to extend him for another couple of years if he'll take a 2-year deal. So Matt Stafford, I would say, will play at least 2 more years. And so what they're doing basically is trying to give themselves the best possible chance to compete with and defeat Seattle. And to do that, I think one of the things they decided they needed to do was take a very fierce defense and add a little better sack element to it and a little more dominant sack element. So I actually thought it was a good trade for both teams. I understood the trade on both sides. And yeah, I can understand why the Rams are considered, the favorite to win it all. I would just obviously caution against the fact that, for one, there's going to be a belief that maybe Sam Darnold did it once. That should have proved it to people. I think Sam's going to have to prove it again. I think Sam almost has to play at a high level for a third year in a row for people to really buy in and give him the credit that he deserves. And it is what it is. And I think Mike McDonald and Schneider and the entire team, I think there's a great opportunity to use this as a chip on their shoulder and to have something, there's not going to be the same level of complacency because nobody thinks you're the best team in your own division. So I think this could function, at least from a motivational standpoint, is a big positive for the Hawks.
Yeah.
But there's no doubt the Rams got better with Myles Garrett. It's just, you can't say that, but leading into the draft conversation that we're going to have, I actually think Jadarian Price has a chance to really make the Seahawks worry less about the loss of Kenneth Walker because I think very highly of Price.
Yeah, well, you just touched on what I wanted to ask you about, and that is, I don't know how closely you were following the Seahawks going into the draft, but just looking at whatever holes you thought they had, whatever needs you thought they had, how do you feel they did in addressing those?
Well, I follow every team closely, so I thought they did a nice job. They needed safety. They got Bud Clark in the second. I was of the mind I continue to put Jadarian Price at that 32nd pick no matter what because it was just such a massive need. And when you looked at the draft itself, Seattle didn't, you guys didn't add a running back from free agency. It was a pretty good free agency class. You didn't add a free agent running back. You have an injury to a running back who's got to make it back from that injury. And this was a draft that had 2 starting running backs and the rest of them fall off. So to me, you almost had to draft Jadarian Price based on the situation. And you want somebody who can give you the continuity to try to win another championship or continue competing for a championship over the next 2 to 3 years for sure in that window. So Price made sense there. The safety, so when you look at Earl Thomas back in the day, Earl was a little different type of player. I mean, he was a very special Hall of Fame caliber player, but that ball hawking sensitivities, the instincts, 15 interceptions, and I think it was 25 pass breakups for Bud Clark, if my memory serves. That is what you see on tape. He's extremely not only instinctive, he understands how to go get the football. He has the ball skills to take the football away. So, needing that player in the middle who could create some chaos, that's definitely Bud Clark. My concern is some of his injury stuff in the background, 21, 22, 25. He's a little slightly built. He's not afraid to come up and tackle a little bit. So that's, a lot of times a little bit of a concern when you weigh a little bit less as a safety. So I think, durability is going to be my concern there. But from a football standpoint, I love Bud Clark. And then, corner, obviously you needed another corner for Reek Woolen being gone. Long-armed Neal, who has the height, weight, speed. My concern with him, I say height, weight, speed. I don't think the play speed always shows up. I know the time speed, he was a 4.49 40. I don't always think that shows up when it comes time to recover because he's a little bit clunky with his hips to transition, so it takes him a little longer to really hit that accelerator when he's got to catch up. But now when it comes to being physical, when it comes to playing typical Hawk football at the cornerback position, he's it. He is a physical run defender. He can get off blocks. He can really run through pass-catching wide receivers at the catch point. And then when he's tight to the coverage, I call him a weighted blanket because he really makes it miserable. His size and length and physicality makes it miserable for wide receivers when he's in phase. So depending on how Seattle uses him, I think he could be a really good addition in the third round. I wouldn't really want him playing a lot of off man where he's got to, flip the hips and transition and be slick with his feet. That's not really his brand of football. So schematically, I have faith that the head coach is going to put him in the right spot. besides that, Bo Stevens, I know guard. I know the interior offensive line was another spot that I was interested to see where Seattle would pull the trigger because I thought they would. Bo Stevens, I'll just tell you this. He had better tape than Jennings Dunker, who got a lot of, publicity because he's that big, looks like a wildling from Game of Thrones from Iowa, the big red mullet. He has a big red mullet, and it looks so luxurious flying around when he's running his 40-yard dash, and they played Freebird underneath it in a viral video I saw. But I also watched game tape, and the game tape said Bo Stevens was actually the more technically sound and the more consistent guard of the two. He was a tackle at Iowa. He'll play guard Jennings Dunker in the NFL. But Bo Stevens, man, Bo had really good tape. I was really impressed with him. They won the Joe Moore Award, which is the nation's best offensive line for college football, and I'm on the selection committee there. And watching that Iowa tape, he caught my eye right off the bat because he was so consistent with his footwork, so consistent with his hand placement, just really technically sound. I think in day 3, getting a guard like that is a really great value for Seattle at a position of need.
Well, Lance, you nailed Bud Clark because that's all we've seen out here. He's a ball hawk, and that's out at OTAs. He has definitely been around. Hey, just real quick, Lance, the way the NFL scheduled the Seahawks, pitting the Seahawks against the Rams in the last 3 games. So that they have the Rams at home, then they're at Carolina, then at Los Angeles. I thought that was pretty clever, and that's going to build a lot of drama for the end of this next season.
Well, I think they saw what happened last year, and it really created, it just created. You're talking about, is that how did it come out that way again this year?
Well, last year it was week 11, and then they played them in, what was the next game?
If only there were a way to find out.
Yeah, it was like within 3 or 4 games, I think. But yeah, no. Yeah. So this year, they're going to Philly. This will be a tough stretch. They go to Philly. They got the Rams at home, at Carolina, at the Rams. So yeah,
so I think last year what happened, that caught all of our that really was enthralling for every football fan in every city. Watching the battle going on between Seattle and the Rams was tremendous football, and it just looks like the NFL would love to. I think they feel comfortable and confident that these two teams, even before obviously the Myles Garrett deal, feel comfortable that these two teams will be major factors late in the season. You have the great drama coming off of last year, and my guess is they're just banking on that being must-watch football in December. And I would say, provided injuries don't strike either team, it's going to be. Yeah. I don't love it for those teams. I'm sure both of those teams would rather not have that type of heavyweight fight. 2 times in 3 games. But the NFL doesn't really care what you like; they care what the viewers like. So two bad teams. We'll fly you to Australia anytime we want.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you nailed that. They really care what you think. Lance Zierlein, NFL Network analyst and draft analyst, has been our guest here with Wyman and Bob. Lance, great stuff. We really appreciate the time, and hopefully we get a chance to talk again.
You got it. Thanks, guys.
There you go. Lance Zierlein, everybody. If you missed any part of that, didn't catch the whole conversation, you can find it on the podcast page after the show at seattlesports.com. Meanwhile, one area of the Mariners will be in the spotlight over these next 10 games. We'll tell you what that is coming up next with Wyman and Bob, live from the Virginia Mason Athletic Center at Seattle Sports on 710.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
Hey, it's Dave Wyman here, and you've heard me talk about a local company for over a year now, Harley Exteriors, and I recently sat down with them and was so excited to hear about the many Seattle sports listeners they've worked with on window and door replacements, and Harley Exteriors has really stepped up with a can't-miss offer. $450 off each new window, $1,000 off each patio door or entry door, 12-month and 18-month, no interest, no payment options, plus $200 off your final project total. If that isn't enough to get you started on your new project, I don't know what is. So schedule a consultation, just like I did. Either call 833-HARLEY, that's HARLEY, or go to harleyexteriors.com.
Minimum purchase of 4 windows required for window discount. Qualifying windows must be 36 by 36 or larger. No size minimum on patio or entry doors. Financing subject to credit approval. Cannot be combined with other offers outside this promotion. Offer valid through May 31st.
Hon, is your new pinball machine in our budget?
KeyBank will meet you in that our money is now our money moment.
Actually, our banker Steve recommended we start a joint checking account for bills and keep our individual accounts for things like, pinball machines.
Did someone say Banker Steve? I was in the neighborhood in case you had any checking account questions.
Steve, you're always there for us. Now, how quickly can we open that account?
Steve, are you seeing this?
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. KeyBank, member FDIC.
Tonight, Masters of the Universe arrives in IMAX. Does it feel good? Critics agree it's the most fun you'll have at the theaters this summer. It's hugely entertaining. Wow. A nostalgic blast. It truly has the power. Let him do his thing. Experience it on the biggest screen possible.
How does it feel to be the mighty warrior?
Pretty great. Masters of the Universe. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. In premium large formats in IMAX tonight.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Progressive's Home Quote Explorer helps you easily find and buy the right coverage for you. It's everything you've always wanted. Well, I mean, as far as a website that lets you shop, quote, and buy insurance in one place. But hey, maybe that is everything you've always wanted. Yeah, people have different types of dreams. And if all you've ever been searching for is a website that helps you choose home insurance rates and coverage, boy, do we have great news about Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Kinematics Marine Equipment reminds listeners many boaters take to the water this time of year, and one of the biggest safety barriers is alcohol. The problem is alcohol sends clear-headed thinking overboard. Remember, boating is only pleasurable if you play it safe. Please, on the waterways as on the roadways, don't drink and drive. A message from the entire team at Kinematics Marine Equipment, your nationwide source for marine deck gear in their new location next to the Arlington Airport, or find them online at kinematicsmarine.com.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run!
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You deserve a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Switch today. Get started for $60 a month for 12 months when you add an advanced solution to a qualifying internet package. Limited time offer. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and autopay with bank account required. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
How you do one thing is how you do everything. And for 104 years, Wayscarf Ford has treated their customers a very special way, the Wayscarf way. At the end of this ad, I'll share what might be the best offer they've ever opened up to customers. But first, it's important to understand the way they do it and why. For 104 years, Wayscarf Ford is focused on a low-pressure, family-owned approach, serving Auburn, Pierce, and King counties. They aren't just selling cars. They're welcoming people into the family. Stacy here, and I've personally felt that. I've driven my new Ford Bronco Sport from Wayscarf Ford for over a year. I love it. Getting it was exciting and stress-free, but each time I brought it in because of a minor bump or service, their team has been friendly and polite. I always leave Wayscarf Ford with a smile on my face. And now for the offer. Wayscar Ford is opening up Ford's A-Plan employee pricing to every single customer. It's better than the employee discount. It's the family discount at Wayscar Ford in Auburn.
Wyman and Bob.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
Weekdays 2 to 7.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Our thanks to Lance Zierlein of NFL Network, their analyst there, draft analyst. Good stuff from him. If you guys missed that, definitely recommend checking out that conversation after the show at seattlesports.com.
He knew everything about the Seahawks.
Yeah.
The draft. I mean, the guy does a great job.
Yeah, he was good.
We enjoyed that where he's like, the NFL doesn't care what you think.
He's right.
They're going to do whatever the hell they want.
He's right.
And fly to Australia.
Yeah. Hey, we want you to fly to Australia in week 1, guys. We don't care. Yeah. This is what we want. No, he was very good. And we asked him about Russell Wilson's Hall of Fame candidacy, and he was a no-doubter.
No doubt.
Oh, yeah, he is 100%. So check it out. See what you think. Meanwhile, Mariners with the day off today. They begin their road series with the Tigers tomorrow. You'll catch it all right here, Seattle Sports on 710. But I'm wondering, when you go 6-man, which is what they're doing now, 6-man rotation, you got one less bullpen arm to work with. Okay? You only allowed 13 pitchers on the roster. So, wondering, does that put a little more pressure? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I'm just curious on the starters to go, all right, we're a little shorthanded in the bullpen. I got to get us into the 6. I'm sure they all have that same goal in mind. They all want to throw a complete game, right? That's always the goal. So the goal doesn't change, but I just wonder if even in the back of their mind there's a thought like, all right, I need to do my part because we don't have our full arsenal, if you will, in the bullpen.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday a little bit after the game, and I just am a firm believer that this is it's a room full of dudes that get along. They want to do whatever is best for the team, and they want to help the team win. And I don't think anybody is going to have anything that is going to get in the way of that. So, yeah, I mean, I think. And you've gotten a little bit of rest because of the piggyback for your bullpen right now. So, hopefully that kind of times it out. And I'm sure that they have a plan. And that's the thing I think throughout this whole thing, it kind of felt like it was like, okay, let's just throw this together. And I think for fans, you're like, what? All of a sudden there's this piggyback thing, and why don't we go 6-man or this and that? They've been looking at that for a long time. Yeah, and they know what the plan is and where it's going to end up. So, but again, I think one of the biggest worries from people texting in and kind of things we've talked about is this person going to get rankled because he has to be the piggyback guy or he has to be the guy who's given the ride or whatever. Right. So, and
what is it? What is
carrier or rider?
Is that who said that? Divish,
I believe.
Still don't get it.
Rider or carrier? What don't you get? One guy gets a ride. The other guy is
carrying the rider. So which one is
first? He's got the guy on his back.
But which one? The guy that opens the game, is he the rider or the carrier?
I think he's the carrier.
Okay.
Now I'm confused, Bob. Now you got me.
I wasn't there when he said it, so I don't really get it. But yeah, and to that end. We touched on this yesterday, and often after games people don't tune in like they normally do. But we hit on this in talking about, look, Kirby's had 4 games in a row where he's not been great.
Not been good.
He did have one quality start, but 6 innings, 3 runs. He just doesn't look like George. He can be dominant. We've all seen it. We've experienced it. 4 games combined, his last 4, 21 innings. He's given up 17 earned runs. 17. In those 21 innings. Yeah. He's just not been getting deep. He's given up runs. And Logan, he had 2 really good starts, 11-plus innings, no runs given up, and then his last start came back a bit. He doesn't get deep. We saw the first batter of the game go 11 pitches with him, and then that same guy hit 2 home runs off him. But these are guys that are not getting deep. So if they're committed to the piggyback, and a lot of that'll be determined by what we see in this 10-game stretch here, because Castillo and Miller are going to get 2 starts each. So we'll see how everybody looks during this time. But if they're committed to continuing with it after this, they're going 6-man rotation now. Let's say everybody pitches well, they come back and they say we're going back to the piggyback. I would advocate for it to be either Kirby or Logan to be the guy that you're pairing up with Castillo.
Yeah, same. And I think Bryce Miller has earned his way into being a starter, and I think he can actually push Emerson Hancock right now, and who is clearly the ace, right?
And Wu.
Well, Wu. I mean, Wu did have that one blow up, 2 back-to-back games.
Back-to-back games. He's had 3 bad games this year.
Yeah, and that back-to-back 7 and then 6 earned runs. So, and then he had one a couple weeks ago in Kansas City where he gave up 4. But
his last one was spectacular.
Yeah. So I mean, I think Bryce Miller has really earned his way to be, not be one of the piggybackers. But yeah, I agree. I think that, if it's going to be, you still have Castillo as the rider.
Yeah, he would be the guy, and that's the other part of this. If he goes out there, and let's say he's going to get his couple starts, if he goes out there and gets lit up, all right, are we still accommodating him with this whole piggyback thing, or do we go, look, this is our best avenue is to put this guy in the bullpen? To me, that's what I'm looking at, because I feel like all of this shuffling is for 2 reasons. A, Hancock is decidedly better than anybody thought he was going to be, because I think they thought, oh, Miller's hurt. Hancock will occupy that spot. Hopefully he can keep us in games, and when Miller comes back, Hancock goes to the bullpen or he gets sent down, whatever. He's so good that we're now forced into the situation where, but we got this veteran who we're paying more money to than anybody on the roster who's not been that good. He's been good in these piggyback situations, but what we're doing is sort of upsetting the apple cart. We're adjusting everybody else. Everybody else is going 6-man, or they're going to do the piggyback thing with Bryce Miller now because we're trying to accommodate Luis Castillo.
Right.
So
yeah, and that's what makes this so interesting. First of all, I can't wait for this weekend series with Detroit, because first you got Wu going, but then Miller. I would love to see him come out and deal, have a quality start, everything, because that's just kind of what it looks like. But on Sunday, it's going to be very interesting. Castillo.
Yeah.
Castillo getting into the 6-man rotation. What does he do? I mean, look, it would be a beautiful thing if he muddies the water, right? He all of a sudden comes out with a quality start and give it up 1 earned run or whatever.
I'm rooting for it.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, everybody's going to, oh, my God, what are we going to do? Well, we're winning games here, and, we're getting great performances from 6 guys. Meanwhile, you have 2 of the top prospects in Major League Baseball that are sort of waiting in the wings, with Kate Anderson and Ryan Sloan. So, yeah, it's just been worked out famously for them, and through all the drama and everything about the piggyback thing, it's worked out great.
All right, well, we'll see what this guy thinks about that and other things. Get his take on the Derek Hall extension, the Miles Garrett trade.
He's going to tell us a lot of things.
A lot of things
from Paul Moyer.
Paul Moyer's got thoughts. He's going to express them with us next. It's Wyman and Bob, Seattle Sports on 710.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates. Exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle Sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
we meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today.
In addition to treating ED and Peyronie's disease, we now offer testosterone replacement therapy. With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and, of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
Dave Wyman here, brand new member of Harborstone Credit Union, and I got my PNW Cashback checking account for free. No fees or minimums, and when I make everyday purchases with my Harborstone PNW Cashback debit card, I earn up to $30 each month. Gas, groceries, coffee, travel, lunch, all categories count toward your cash back. Open your free account online like I did. Go to harborstone.com/cash or visit one of their 30 branches across the Northwest.
Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Power your drive with Mobil 1 motor oil. Buy 5 quarts, get $15 back and score a fast and furious prize after rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Support comes from Amazon Business. You can't rely on guesswork to run your business. With smart business buying, innovative AI tools optimize your purchasing experience, paired with delivery options built for business. Empower your team today. Learn more at amazonbusiness.com.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love, sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Well, the Packers have been active locking up their wide receivers. First it was Jaden Reed, and now Christian Watson. Within a matter of weeks, the Packers have extended their top 2 receivers to long-term contracts. Watson today agreed to a 4-year, $110.5 million contract extension that included a $31 million signing bonus, according to ESPN. This came after Reed signed a 3-year, $50.25 million extension back on April 24th. Meanwhile, the Mariners with a day off today. They begin their series in Detroit tomorrow. You'll catch every bit of that right here, Seattle Sports on 710. Taking a look at some of the games that are finals today. Phillies took out the Padres 6-4. It was the Red Sox falling to the Orioles in Boston 8-2 Yankees double up the Guardians 2-1 in New York, and the Brewers fall at home to the Giants 12-9.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour is serviced by the Lee Johnson Auto family.
This is the moment many wait for.
The most entertaining.
A man of wisdom, a man of experience, Dave.
The most informative.
To bring light to a dark subject. To bring positivity to a negative world.
The incredible Paul Moyer.
Moyer out.
He's a man of experience, Dave.
I understand that.
He's with us each and every week. We look forward to it. Bringing in our buddy to talk everything from Seahawks to Mariners to who knows what's going to come out with Paul Moyer, everybody. How are you, man?
Doing well. Thanks for having me on. And, yeah, it's been good. You know, since I went after the Mariners last week for not doing everything they can to win. And well, they run seven games off, you know. So
yeah,
it works. Sometimes you got to challenge them.
Yeah.
What are you going to do this time, I wonder?
Yeah. Who are you gonna go after to get their performance to take a tick up?
I'm going after you two.
Hold on a minute. I think we're having technical difficulties. Paul, are you there? Are you there?
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, well, what is your, Dave and I were just sitting here contemplating what happens. You know, look, there's a lot of baseball to be played in this stretch coming up. 10 games on the road. They're going to 6-man rotation. You know, for those of us like me, I was not in favor of the piggyback situation, but it's worked. When you look at the numbers in those 3 outings, it's worked for both pitchers, and now they go 6-man. What happens if everybody pitches well? Do you stick with a 6-man? What if Luis goes out there and gets lit up? Do you go back to the piggyback? Do you put him in the bullpen? What if Kirby continues to struggle and Logan can't get deep into the game? Do you start piggybacking with those guys? What do you think?
Sounds like what we were talking about a little bit last week is as good as our pitching is, and it is amazing. I mean, we got 6 legit starters, probably 8, you know, if you want to bring up Sloan and Anderson. Haven't been that consistent, though. You know, I mean, I think George Kirby, obviously it's really been the last 4 games where his ERA is now above 4. The crazy one to me, his whip is at 1.28. He's always been right around 1. So, you know, he's got to change something mechanically, or he's tipping pitches. Who knows what that may be. Logan Gilbert, you know, the day before, you know, he can't get to the 6th inning. He pitches well, but he's just too many pitches. So, look, I'm curious on the 6-man rotation. I think it's the right time for it because this is really about the last day off for a while. This competition, we talked about it. George Kirby, for the first time, you got to get it going. You know, Logan Gilbert, if we're going to do this 6-man rotation, we got to get you to the 7th inning. Can't have 5. If all of a sudden all the starters are going 5 innings and we got one less, you know, guy in the bullpen, I mean, that will tax them very quickly, and this experiment will end. But I'm okay with it for a week or 2, and I think that they have said is this is fluid. We're going to let these guys all compete, and whoever is pitching the best as we get, you know, towards July, that's, I think, is when this pitching staff gets established. But I also think they're probably, again, a lot of guessing here, right? A lot of assuming. And Dave, you know, when you assume, it makes a you-know-what out of you and me. But my point on it is I think they're looking at, does this have our pitchers stay healthier? You know, can we get through where so many of these, you know, high-velocity pitchers now are being injured? Do they actually create something that changes Major League Baseball a little bit? And I brought this up before. You go back, you know, 20 years ago, maybe farther than that, it was 4-man rotations. You know, guys were all pitching 200-plus innings. The complete games were happening all the time, and that changed, and I'm sure it changed because of the velocity and how they're pushing these pitchers. But, you know, now you go to 5, and all of a sudden we've seen this massive increase in speed, and it's massive. It's not, you know, 90 miles an hour was acceptable not that long ago. We had Marco Gonzalez till we were like, okay, he's around 90, 91, 89. You can get away with that. You can't get away with that at all anymore. I mean,
Jamie Moyer.
Jamie Moyer. But it's, Randy Johnson was as fast as, any pitcher, and he's throwing 97. Occasionally he would get up above that. But the reason I'm bringing that up is if you don't throw 95, 96, 97, I mean, that increase is – but they're all across the board. There's so many of these guys who can do it. Maybe that is the way you do this. You go to a 6-man rotation, you get longer rest in between, and, they're the ones that change this game a little bit.
By the way, I like that he pointed to you specifically, Dave, and he talked about what happens when you assume.
Well, what I always used to do is I would say it makes an ass out of you and who else?
Yes, me.
That's how you do that. And then they go me, and then you get them with the double whammy.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that was Chuck Knox. Is that right?
It was. I didn't know if I could say that on air, so thank you for letting the listener know what we were talking about.
Yeah, okay. Paul, how, other than playing center field, how do we get Victor Robles out on a little bit more? I mean, I just would love to see him as a regular in one regard or the other. I don't know, and maybe there's things I'm missing or whatever. And I know you had brought that up, but is that one of the
I don't get it.
Things that
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I guess I kind of get it. And the reason why I say that is we've obviously faced a lot of righties, and, we've got, Canzone and Raley who, they've done well. I mean, you can't complain about that. But there was a game, was it 2 games ago, where there was a lefty starting, and Raley was playing, I believe, right field, and Robles was still sitting on the bench. I don't get it. The man's hitting 308. He's one of the best outfielders, at least, again, my opinion is you go watch him, just go watch him at a game, and just watch him and watch how he gets a jump on the ball and the angles he takes and the speed he has. I'm like, it's a difference maker. And when you're relying on defense and pitching to win, I really don't understand why he's not playing. I think the one thing is you got to give it to him. I mean, he seems like he still has a great attitude. I mean, he's not playing. Part of me is thinking, is he still hurt? But doesn't seem that to be the issue. He's just not getting the time when there's righties throwing at him.
Yeah, and I would when lefties come in, all of a sudden Ref Snyder's their guy, and I know why that's why they brought him in here. But he has just not worked. It just has not worked. So if you're going to bring a right-handed bat off the bench, I'd rather Robles be the guy ahead of Ref Snyder, certainly at this point. But just looking at this team and what they did in that stretch. I mean, you won 8 in a row. Yeah, it stinks you lost that last game, but man, to win 8 in a row, did that change your opinion of this team at all, Paul? That hey, they're better than I thought, or no, this is what I expected them to be the whole time. How did that shape your view of this team?
Well, I mean, I've expected them to win the West and compete for the number 1 seed in the American League. I mean, I think we all believe that we're a better team that started last year, this year, and our pitching is deep as it is, and some of the things they've done in the bullpen on top of that, we're getting healthy. I mean, there's no reason for us to think that this team wouldn't, be the West winner. I think I felt comfortable that when we beat Atlanta, I said, okay, Atlanta is really good. I think we took 2 or 3. I just know we can compete with anybody. We just were having some issues that were rare, and that, our defense wasn't good. We weren't playing good fundamental baseball. We were making some really crazy decisions with our manager. This whole, again, piggyback stacking thing is, new. So I keep saying it's just uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable for the players. It's uncomfortable for the fans. But we've all been around sports enough to know when you hit rock bottom, and I've talked about this, but you've got to get to a point where everybody says, okay, there's only one way to go now, and that's this way. We're all on the same page. We may not always agree on the decisions that the management and Dan Wilson make, but you know what? We've got to buy into it and go for it. And I think that's what happened over these last few games. It's just that, okay, we're going to do this pitching thing. We're going to stay with this analytics, righty-lefty matchup, and these are my roles. So at least they all know it. So, yeah, I think, this team actually does like each other. I think J.P. Crawford coming out saying, hey, if I have to, I'll play third base. I think they did all the right things. And I think what's going to help also is just, having Cal Raleigh back in the dugout, even if it was just watching. I think, they've missed his leadership, even though his bat hasn't been helpful this year. He's still the guy that everybody looks to. So, yes, I feel good about it because they beat the A's, who are still a good team and still winning. They took 2 of 3 from the Cubs. Obviously, the Met one was nice, even though not a great team. But you had Arizona, who is a good team, and they were hot. Even though I know they only beat Colorado and San Francisco, they were still hot. And I thought the way we did it, we dominated. We looked like, okay, we're one of the top 3 teams in baseball right now.
Hey, Wendy from the 425 said, is it okay to assume if you're already an ass?
Well, Dave, you would have to answer that because you like to say that word.
Oh, okay. Yes. You won't participate. Hey, Paul, the other day I have a new favorite Mariner. Mike Varell had written this back in February that Colt Emerson was kicked out of a football game in high school for targeting. And I asked him about it before. Yes, exactly. That was the response I had. And, I asked him about it before the interview, and he's like, yeah, that was just a load of crap. And I'm like, oh, man, I love this guy. Gotta love this guy.
Can you believe he jumped over Cal to be number 1?
Yeah, he's
Dave's
now my favorite Mariner. But, yeah, I mean, he had so many. It's hard to believe, number one, Paul, that he's 20 years old. And then just the maturity and how he understands the game. He was saying things like, the guys allow me to be myself and they are being themselves. And, he talked about how in football you can white knuckle, kind of try harder, but in baseball you just can't do that. I mean, just all kinds of wise things, but just pretty amazing and kind of cool that, it's all been about pitching. Like, the last few years of developing these guys. And now you got some, and maybe Laz Montez is, the next one that, develops into
I hope so.
A starter. Yeah. So,
I hope so.
But, you got Cole Young and Colt Emerson, man. I mean, it's just, I think we kind of take it for granted, that the Mariners, we always talk about developing the pitching, but man, we got a couple of position groups there that have been fantastic.
Well, we haven't had what I call they look the part. They look like athletes that could play multiple sports at shortstop. And again, J.P. Crawford, love the guy to death. But the different kind of athlete with Colt Emerson. And I don't know if it completely works if he comes out and he's batting 110 and makes a couple errors. And I think they immediately go, you're still too young. But he's played some of the most unbelievable defense. He makes things look so easy. The line shot the other day that he kind of did on his knees at third base, that reaction time, because I think it was 108 or 109 off the bat, the exit velocity, he made that look so easy. And then he throws just a cannon, I think, from his knees. But he's got an 882 OPS right now. It's the highest on the team. So... Dave, we've been around it, man. I don't care if you're 20 or 30. Can you help us win? And I think they're looking at this guy. Yeah, he's a superstar. He's going to be one of those. And again, I think Young and him, oh my goodness, we're going to be blessed for a long time. It's a shortstop and second baseman.
Hey, Paul, before we get into some of what's going on out here, OTAs and the Derek Hall extension and all that, I want to get your take on Russell Wilson, who has officially called it a career. He's now going to be an analyst for CBS. And the question is he a Hall of Famer? And, I went up and looked up a bunch of numbers on him last night where he ranks all time. And his numbers tell me he's a Hall of Famer. But I'm curious, just from your perspective, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's going to be close. I don't think he is. And the reason why I say I don't think he is, it's hard to take the numbers now because, you put him against John Elway and some of the guys in the past. One, they just didn't throw that much. You know, as much as these guys do, the way that the game has changed offensively, number of touchdown passes. You know, I mean, Steve Largent was the first guy ever to catch 100 touchdowns. And, you know, pretty soon he's going to be so far down the totem pole, you're going to go, he's in the Hall of Fame? You know, so it's just hard to match those type of statistics. I look at it, he won a Super Bowl and he lost one. And there's a few guys that have just won one Super Bowl that aren't Hall of Fame guys. I don't think I look at him as a Hall of Fame quarterback, as one of the very best who's ever played the game. I thought he had a nice stretch of, 8 years. The time he goes to Denver, it's really all with the Seahawks, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, so from that time that he was with the Seahawks, and if he had retired at that moment, was that Hall of Fame worthy? I think it's close. I like Russell. He did so much. I think he would have been a Hall of Fame, or if he had stuck with the Seahawks a little longer. I just don't know if he gets those votes in 5 years. He might, but and I would love to see it. I mean, it'd be cool for the Seahawks organization. I just think it's going to be tough. I'm curious to see how he does as an analyst. I think he's going to be in studio, right?
I think so. We were talking about that. I'm pretty sure he's a studio analyst.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a game day, in the booth. But I don't know. We'll find out. Just, by the way, John Elway had almost 1,000 more pass attempts than Russell Wilson.
How long
did he?
play?
But a long time. I mean, he played 20. Probably played close to 20 years.
83 to 98.
Man, so that's 16 years.
Yeah. Russell went 2012 to 2025.
Yeah.
The difference is when John Elway went out, he won a Super Bowl, and he won 2 Super Bowls, and he was always considered he was always considered the greatest quarterback during his time. No one thought Russell was one of the greatest quarterbacks during his time. Matter of fact, everybody said he's a system guy. You can't go off Pro Bowls. I mean, Shedeur Sanders made the Pro Bowl last year, so that part's a joke now, right? Seriously.
That's not fair.
No, but my point is, because half the guys don't even participate, they've got to find somebody who's willing to actually play in the thing. So to me, it's just a different type of deal. It's just, all pro, those type of things. That's, that I think warrants a little bit more. I think it'll be fascinating. He's got the numbers. I never considered him one of the greatest of all time, but I think he was really good, during his time here, and certainly he's going to get some votes for it.
You know what I think is really interesting, and just an endorsement more of John Schneider than anything, is that at the end of Russell's career, he was out there looking at Josh Allen, John Schneider that is, and Patrick Mahomes, and also when he was traded away, John believed at that point that he had declining skills. And so, I just, more than anything, I just think that's obviously an endorsement of John Schneider and, what he's done and his eye and everything. But, that was, and, his numbers and his play did decline after he left here in Seattle. It is really interesting, though, because, you could say, well, you had that, Legion of Boom, defense, and then, he had Marshawn Lynch, who just could run through anybody. But I just remember at the time thinking, this guy is perfect for this system. I wouldn't want any other quarterback here. And, now all of a sudden you're looking at those numbers. And you're right. I mean, we always talk about like Bradshaw. What do you have, like a 57% completion percentage?
I think it was lower than that. I think it was 52.
It was like it's just the game has changed so much that maybe you need to, readjust those numbers.
Well, the quick game wasn't a part of it. I mean, you weren't throwing little dinks and dunks and, completing 70% of your passes. It was 7-step drops back then, 5-step drops. You don't see a 7-step drop anymore. It's completely different. I think what really changed and what helped Russell was the read option. I mean, he used that the first 3 years. I mean, it was a weapon, and then it went away. And then all of a sudden he said, I want to live as a pocket passer. No, you don't. That's not your game. And he demanded it, demanded that we're going to win by throwing the football. And then that's when you saw his years decline. And if he had stayed with Pete and said, hey, this is what's best for you and our team, I think his numbers would have been better. It'll be fascinating. You know, he's going to get some votes, and it'll certainly be talked a lot when he's finally eligible.
Paul, we're up against the clock, but real quick, just you like the extension for Derek Hall?
Yes, I think he's a complete player. I mean, he is a force against the run. He's just getting started as a pass rusher. We needed a young guy that we still got to keep around and solidify that. So, yep, happy for him. Great guy. Again, couldn't be happier for the money he got. He's deserving of it.
Paul, we appreciate you as always. Great stuff, my friend. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll talk again next week.
Guys, I got to go to Bandon Dunes next week, so we're going to be off. But when I get back, we'll have some good conversations.
Hold on, I just got the chills again. I can't believe the Abandoned Boys are going back to Bandon Dunes.
Go look at the weather that week. Right now it's saying 74 and sunny. That never happened. So they want us there. This is beautiful.
You're bringing the weather. I love it.
You got to give us text us some updates, like, at the halfway point, okay?
So we know that we will.
Okay.
Appreciate you, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
All right, guys, be good. Thanks.
There you go. There's Paul Moyer, everybody, with us each and every week, except next week. He'll be out at Bandon Dunes with the Abandoned Boys. And Dave's all a quiver. He's very excited about the potential of that trip. If you guys missed any part of that conversation, you'll be able to find it on the podcast page after the show. Meanwhile, we're going to dive into a little bit more of what stood out at OTAs, including the new guys, how they look out on the field. That's coming up next with Wyman and Bob, live from the Virginia Mason Athletic Center, Seattle Sports on 710.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They caught it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
Hey, it's Dave Wyman for Bellevue Rare Coins, and I'm excited to be working with them again. And right now, we're seeing the price of gold at all-time highs. And here's what that means for you. Items you haven't thought about in years can be worth thousands of dollars. Old jewelry, coin collections, gold watches, necklaces, pendants. I mean, it's worth finding out what some of those items are worth during such a strong gold market. And even broken and used jewelry is more valuable than you think. The folks at Bellevue Rare Coins told me they had a customer stop by because they heard an ad on the radio and said, what the heck, let's see what some of this stuff is worth. They walked out of there with a check that far exceeded their expectations. And Bellevue Rare Coins has now expanded to Linwood, Issaquah, and Tacoma. It's a local established business known for honesty and no pressure evaluations that help you get the most for your valuables. And a lot of people don't realize how valuable some of these items can be. So it's really worth stopping by to find out. Bellevue Rare Coins is now in Bellevue, of course, Linwood, Issaquah, and Tacoma. Or you can go to BellevueRareCoins.com.
This is Chris Davis with the Davis Law Group. Did you know that a pedestrian does not have to be crossing the street on a marked crosswalk to have a successful legal claim against the driver? Pedestrians can even be partially at fault for a collision and still have a valuable claim. Call us today for a free consultation or get my free book on pedestrian accident law at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com. That's Davis Law Group, better service and even better results.
We live in one of the most beautiful places on earth, and owning your own deck is a great way to enjoy it. But finding the right decking solution can be overwhelming. That's why all 9 of our Puget Sound locations offer decking showrooms so you can get your hands and toes on the more than 60 decking options we carry. So if you have any questions about building, maintaining, or repairing your deck, contact me personally, Mike Dunn at DunnLumber.com.
TimberTech Vintage Collection Decking, on sale now at Dunn Lumber.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
7 Cars for Kids. Donate your car card today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Men's Health in Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. No guessing, just answers. Over 100,000 men have trusted Revive to get real results. More energy, better sleep, improved mood, and confidence that shows. If something feels off, don't wait. Take control and protect your long-term health by knowing your numbers. This offer ends June 30th. Schedule your free comprehensive wellness panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Feel better, live stronger. Start now.
The home of the Mariners. It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run.
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
You're losing your hair and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all three like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of essentials. Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
This hour is serviced by the Lee Johnson Auto family.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Wyman and Bob.
Weekdays 2 to 7.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Our thanks once again to Paul Moyer, who joined us in the previous segment. In case you just tuned in and missed that conversation, you'll be able to find it on the podcast page after the show at seattlesports.com.
I love that song right there. And you know what? Whenever Lefko is hosting, filling in for you, he talks over the, you got to wait for that.
Yeah.
You got to wait for that.
Lefko doesn't know how to let music breathe.
Yeah.
He's anxious to say words, right, Lefko?
He wanted to get it in.
I didn't know that was an official bylaw of the show. Okay. I'm sorry. I've been shirking my duties.
Mike, you'll never hear that differently ever.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think I pay attention to what songs are played, but now I need to.
Yeah, that's right. Just let the music move you, Lefko. It'll guide you. Just let it take over. Meanwhile, we're out here at the Virginia Mason Athletic Center. Obviously, OTAs happening out here with the Seahawks, and saw some really good stuff out there in terms of intensity, in terms of focus. We talked with Byron Murphy earlier in the show. If you guys missed that, definitely check that out after the show at seattlesports.com. No lacking intensity or drive towards another Super Bowl title. I don't think anybody's relaxed or like, we're good. We got our trophy. I got my contract. I'm all good. I think this is going to be a hungry bunch out there. Yeah. So I don't have any. If they lose, it's not going to be because they got fat and happy. They didn't take it seriously. Right. They got too big head. Whatever anybody's fearful of. Not with Mike McDonald here. I just I think if that guy exists on the roster, he's sitting or he's not on the roster.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was amazing watching him today. Like he got a little raw about, a couple of mistakes that were out on the field. And again, like when he starts talking, everybody gets quiet and you can actually hear him if you're out there at practice. And he's like, we got to get freaking lined up over here and this and that. I mean, he is on these, the players, and, it's really interesting. The other thing I would say is as intense as practices are, and maybe I'll be proved wrong during, the dog days of camp and everything, I don't see this team getting in fights.
No, not yet.
I mean, it's
There's
really
not the heat and
yeah, and it was
sick
pretty,
of the guy across from you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're tired of looking at him. But yeah, I mean, I think a couple of years ago that there's one that broke out, and I don't know if there was one last year or not. But this team just seems too tight. They care about each other, and everybody is. You got enough like regulators out there, like Leonard Williams and Jaron Reed and Julian Love, and the veterans that are going to calm everything down. And yeah, it's just kind of an interesting little, because they're playing aggressively.
Right.
They definitely are. And they're out there like
still no pads. There's no hitting.
There's no pads, but like I was saying earlier, and you called it, like I was like an old man out there. Oh, be careful. I don't think that's a good idea. They were hitting that big, like 300-pound sled, and it was almost, falling back. Or
is that the one that you kind of buckled on that day we were taking pictures out there?
I purposely buckled, Bob. No, that one was the one out there that, I mean, that thing weighs it looks like it weighs like 300 pounds, and those guys just bat it around.
That's a bigger one.
It's like a cat with a ball of yarn, just and the intensity is there, but I just think this team is too tight to ever getting somebody swing a helmet at someone.
Well, I mean, you've talked about fights that happened when you were playing, and then but then you talked about how you guys would be in the locker room afterwards and
have a beer.
It's just done. Yeah, it was something that happened there in the heat of the moment, maybe the heat of the literal heat of the day.
Right.
That doesn't necessarily mean you're not a tight knit group, right?
Yeah. No, that's true. I mean, and it does show some kind of intensity, and I'm sure there will be fights. It just doesn't seem like it to me, the way that everybody is kind of seems to be helping each other out. So, it's really interesting, and you would never. I think number one, if you would have looked at the first year of OTAs with Mike McDonald and compare them to now, it's just night and day.
Yeah.
As far as how they're practicing, and. The other thing is that there's absolutely no drop off. Like you said earlier, it's not a team that looks like, oh yeah, we're fat and happy, and we got a ring, and we're good. We'll be good. Whether we practice hard or not. No, there's none of that.
Yeah. Keeping an eye on some of the rookies out there. You asked about Bud Clark before. We were talking to, I believe, Byron Murphy. Did you ask him about that?
No, I think it was Lance
Zierlein. Lance Zierlein, that's right. But Julian Love was asked about him and asked what he's seen out of Bud Clark.
I think he's brought some energy for sure. I think that being a rookie at this time of the year is a lot. You just get hit with a wave of information, of faces, of scheme stuff, of do's and don'ts. But through all that, he's maintained himself, which is tough. And yeah, he's a fun dude. He's competitive. He's just like one of us, and it's very clear and evident why they drafted him. He fits so well in our room.
You like hearing that. I like hearing that. Maybe he's overwhelmed as a rookie, a lot of information, all that is tough. But hearing that from a vet like Julian Love, saying it's clear why they drafted this guy.
Yeah. Well, and look, I mean, I think there's like 3 times, and what have I been out to? 3 OTAs. I mean, it seems like every day you see him either tip a ball or pick one off.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a ball hawk. And so he looks like he's playing fast. It'll change, and he'll go through his rookie moments. But, yeah, it's nice to see that. Nice to see that endorsement from Julian Love. And then, a guy like that it's not like it used to be where you're hazing the rookies and, not giving them compliments. I feel like if that interview was done when I played, it would have been more like, well, let's see what happens when we put the pads on.
Yeah.
Let's see what, when it's live bullets flying.
Can you imagine what Paul Moyer would have said?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can tell you what he did say. Hey, rookie, get the huddle right.
Yeah. He'd be pointing the wrong direction. You need to go over there. That's where coach wants you right now. Run.
No, he did scold me one time for not commanding the huddle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When he was a coach or when he was a player?
Oh, no, when he was a player. It was like my rookie or second year, maybe going into second year. No, it was rookie year.
Yeah.
No question.
So you just took it and kept quiet?
Yeah, I kept quiet. And then he tried to get me do something on the plane or whatever. Hey, rookie, this, that, and the other. And then I said, how about if I beat the crap out of you? and I'm sure Paul would say, no, I wasn't afraid of that. That's for sure. But no, I mean, it was just different. And Paul was great. No, honestly, I learned a lot from Paul. But that's just kind of how the attitude was. And I probably did it, when I was.
Did it to rookies?
Yeah, I mean, I would always tease them.
Yeah.
Not like scream at them, but.
Would you make them do things?
No, not so much
bring
that.
you donuts or.
But the second they said, so I remember we had this guy, Jeff Robinson, who was just awesome. He played for the Seahawks for a while at the end of his career, but he was a super smart guy, really smart. But I remember at practice one time, he's like, yeah, you just got to take these one at a time out here, And I was like, oh, is that right? Salty old vet. Yeah. And so then we started calling him Salty. His nickname was Salty. But yeah, I mean, it was more, I like to tease him, but I didn't say a word.
Yeah.
And that helped, I think.
One more here. This from Mike McDonald. Just talking about how Bud Clark, and Julian Neal fit into the competition in the defensive back room.
Well, I mean, there's great competition in that room. And I don't know what the opening day roster is going to look like and who's going to be playing where yet. And that's good. That means we got a lot of really good players that have a great opportunity in front of them to, carve out a great role for themselves. So that's kind of where we're at. And so we're really excited to add all those guys, And I think you can see with a couple of guys like Bud can play multiple positions. That's something that we have to manage as a coaching staff of expose him to things he can do, similar to Nick's situation, but also let him make sure he's coached up and ready to roll at safety as well. So it's been fun.
Another version of Nicky Minwari potentially out there in Bud Clark. That's pretty cool. So it's going to be fun to watch. Meanwhile, Cooper Kupp knows for sure that Aaron Donald will not be coming out of retirement to play with the Rams this season. We'll let you hear what he had to say about that when we sweep the dial. Coming up with Wyman and Bob, it's Seattle Sports on 710.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle Sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
Hey, it's Dave Wyman for Swedish Cyberknife, and June is Men's Health Month. And Swedish Cyberknife is encouraging men to break the stigma and talk about their own health with family members and medical professionals. Find out about your family medical history, as conditions like prostate cancer can increase your risk. When detected early, prostate cancer has several viable treatment options, and one of the most effective treatments, the treatment method for prostate cancer, is offered at Swedish Medical Center. It's right here in Seattle. Swedish Cyberknife requires only 5 short treatment sessions, each lasting less than an hour. It's non-surgical, non-invasive, and patients can typically maintain their usual day-to-day lives. And this June, during Men's Health Month, make sure to place an emphasis on discussing your health with family and medical professionals, and ask about your family history of medical conditions or disease. So to learn more about Cyberknife for prostate cancer treatment, go to swedish.org/cyberknifeprostate. Treat prostate cancer with Swedish Cyberknife.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. And if you've been dreaming of that new deck, you got to get a hold of PCF. Call them before the great weather arrives and their schedule gets totally filled up. With a new deck, patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy the outdoors year-round no matter what the weather brings. And for a limited time, how about this? Get 50% off demolition costs up to $5,000 when you book your project with PCF. Contact People Come First Construction Group for all the details. They designed and built our outdoor living space, and we love it. Start planning and designing your dream deck now so you're ready to build this summer. Planning, permitting, and construction can take a little time, so get started today. Get project ideas, browse their amazing photos, and look at all the offer details at pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space your favorite place with People Come First.
The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day for baseball.
At T-Mobile Park, you've always got the best seat in the house. Case in point, your ticket might be for the view level, but it's more like Skyline City. Up here, it's hard to say what'll take your breath away first. The gorgeous Seattle sunsets or the spectacular views of every incredible play. If you like value with a view, it's the perfect place to take quality time with the family to a whole new level. Literally.
A bases clearing, 3-run double. Everybody on their feet here at T-Mobile Park.
Mariners baseball. Trident's up.
Don't miss out on Mariners fireworks nights all summer long. Presented by T-Mobile. The next show is coming up on Friday, June 19th as the Mariners take on the Red Sox. Go to mariners.com/fireworks to get your tickets and check out this year's complete lineup, including themes like Patriotic, Sing-Along, 50 Seasons, and more. Are you looking for the best deal on a new home? Discover the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. With new home communities from Lacey to Stanwood, ranging from the low 500s to the high 1 millions, D.R. Horton has the right home at the best value for you. Your new home is within reach, so what are you waiting for? Learn more about the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. Visit drhorton.com and schedule a tour today. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run.
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Hey, it's Mike Salk here, and Cruising Into Summer is back at Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel, and so are some of the biggest acts in entertainment. Bingo Loco taking over Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel on Saturday, May 30th. Think bingo, but with DJs, dance-offs, prizes, and a full-on party vibe. Then Master Mentalist Colin Cloud brings his hit show, Colin Cloud Mastermind, to the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel Ballroom Saturday, June 13th. You won't believe your eyes. Tickets on sale now at snocasino.com. Seattle's closest is Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
Tonight, Masters of the Universe arrives in IMAX. Does it feel good? Critics agree it's the most fun you'll have at the theaters this summer. It's hugely entertaining. Wow. A nostalgic blast. It truly has the power. Let him do his thing. Experience it on the biggest screen possible.
How does it feel to be the mighty warrior?
Pretty great. Masters of the Universe, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13. In premium large formats in IMAX tonight.
Dave Wyman here, brand new member of Harborstone Credit Union, and I got my PNW cashback checking account for free. No fees or minimums, and when I make everyday purchases with my Harborstone PNW cashback debit card, I earn up to $30 each month. Gas, groceries, coffee, travel, lunch, all categories count toward your cashback. Open your free account online like I did. Go to harborstone.com/cash or visit one of their 30 branches across the Northwest.
Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Feeling lucky? Don't miss the Lucky Spring Classic Collector Car, Truck, and Boat Auction. Saturday, June 6th at Tacoma's LeMay Marymount Event Center. Up to 200 collector, vintage, and classic vehicles, many going to the highest lucky bidder with absolutely no reserve. Get lucky, get local, and get in line. Visit luckyoldcar.com for a list and pictures of auction vehicles. Or call 206-467-6531 for bidding and consignment details.
Scanning the airwaves for the most interesting and entertaining stories of the day. Sweeping the dial. Every afternoon at 4:45 with Wyman and Bob.
Presented by Silver Reef Casino Resort.
A lot of good stuff coming out of Seahawks OTAs. We've heard some things from Julian Love. He's got another really interesting comment we'll get to. But first of all, it was Derek Hall yesterday. After signing that extension, he explained why he wanted to sign now instead of waiting. And as we saw with some of the free agents this past offseason, he could have tried to maximize the deal. But for Hall, it was important to just sign now and be here.
Yeah, man. This place is really special to me. And for me, man, I really love the game of football. Obviously, the money enhances, our job and what we do. But, man, it's really about the love of the game. And then, knowing what I'm getting myself into when I come to work every day. Obviously, this is a pristine organization, man. John, Mike, and all those guys, man, they do a great job of letting us be ourselves, truly come out and compete. And I know we're going to win a lot of games and a lot of championships here. So, I'm willing to sacrifice whatever everybody else thought I would be willing to make, to be here and be with this team.
In that way, is culture more important than money? Or
for sure. In my personal opinion, speaking for me, I feel like that's huge to me. And again, man, knowing I'm getting myself into, not having to worry about learning a new team, a new staff, new knew everything. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm glad we got it done.
Yeah, I like that. That seems kind of a rare way of looking at it these days, where you've got either the athlete and or their agent pushing, and I guess there's nothing wrong with that, but pushing to get every last penny you can, especially in football where injuries are such a prevalent part of it and careers are so short that you want to maximize your earning potential, get every dollar you can, and to have that approach is kind of unique.
First of all, I think he might be able to do radio. Like he just spits words. He called it a pristine organization.
Yeah.
But, you're talking about really like a total of $18 million. If you want to compare him to Boye Mafe, that's how much more Boye got waiting and going on the free agent market. And maybe it would have been more. I mean, maybe he gets 21, 22 million a year. But, we kind of talked about this with Cal. Cal probably could have, waited to go into there's me shoehorning Cal into a football conversation.
Yeah, you're going to start doing that with Colt?
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I mean, I love his attitude. It's just very mature. And I think I've been talking about this for years. Like, are we going to get to a point where people are going to pass up, millions and millions of dollars just to be in the right place? And you're going to get 14 or $18 million, and I can maybe go, somewhere else and get 20. I mean, that's like an extra $2 million, if my math is correct.
Yeah.
And people are passing on that. And, I think it's also a great endorsement of the Seahawk organization.
Sweeping the dial.
Well, after Nick Emanwari's stellar debut in his rookie season, Julian Love yesterday was asked what he thinks that everyone's going to expect to see from Emanwari in year 2.
I'm excited. Nick is one of one, personality-wise, juice-wise. Having him as a rookie was really funny and maybe frustrating at times just because he has some swagger to him for sure. And to see him become a leader is pretty cool. I mean, there's no, I know he's out the rookie phase yet, 3 games. But, it's just fun to see him do his thing. I mean, he is so special. He's one of one in this league. You could give him comparisons to a lot of different players, but nothing is what he does. And so if we can maximize him this year, I mean, he is the heart of this thing in terms of just talent. He's really special.
1 year and 3 games is when you're vested as a veteran. So, and that's what he was talking about there with the 3 games. But he also got in a little sideline tiff with Rick Woolen. Went over and lectured him
as a rookie.
Yeah. So
and then you heard him saying, a little frustrating at times. He's got a little swagger to him. But man, I'm excited to see what he can be his second year. I hope it's not the sophomore jinx or anything like that, because we talked about it a million times, the fact that he started out, got hurt right away. You're like, all right, he's going to be a rookie. And then by the time we got to the Super Bowl, we saw him limp out of that SUV, and everybody was in a panic. What do you do if he can't go? Right. That's how important he became, that he became this lightning rod of concern. We're all going, oh, no.
Well, I heard about that, I remember, and I never saw the video until the next day, and I'm like, oh, that looks really bad.
Yeah.
Like really bad. And that's, just an endorsement of a guy that, you never would have thought would be that important. And, he really allows them to do a lot of things, a lot of freedom there because of his versatility. And we saw him, some of the things he said, like, remember the one arm is longer than 2 when he blocked the field goal. And, he just talks like a veteran, and he understands the game, because it's true. If you put both your arms out, you don't get the length of your back when you put one arm out, and he understands that. And that's how he got a blocked field goal. So he's coachable, because I know one of the coaches was talking to him about it. But, and he's just he makes a nickel situation look like base, because he is so versatile. He can play like linebacker, and we saw him make plays on all 3 levels. We got interceptions, we got tackles at the line of scrimmage, we got sacks. I mean, he's just a phenomenal player. And I always say that second year, when you come back, you get so much more confidence, and I can't wait to see what he's going to be like this year.
Sweeping the dial.
Cooper Kupp was on with Rich Eisen, and he explained to Eisen why, and took some explaining here, as you'll hear, but he explained to him why he knows for sure that Aaron Donald is not coming back to play for the Rams.
I already texted him and told him that he's not allowed, so we're good.
Oh, wait, what?
Pardon me?
What happened?
Cooper, no, I just texted Aaron and said, yeah, I said, don't even think about it. I just left it at that, so we're good. I'm not worried about it because he's not.
So I told him you stopped.
I already nipped it in the bud. No one has to worry. It's all set.
Don't even think about it.
I thought this was serious, damn it.
I know. I was really hoping he had some insight. Like, look, he guy likes to stay in shape, but that fire's not there.
He told me that he's not doing it, something like that. But it's pretty funny, Cooper Kupp. But what do you think? I mean, I think it's gonna be really interesting to see. I'm almost wish he would come back, because what kind of player is he going to be?
I don't know. I don't know.
Supposedly people that have seen him is like, oh, he's still a monster. He's working out, and he was like a workout junkie.
Yeah, and I don't doubt he'll look the part. He'll look exactly the same. He'll be shredded and cut up and look like he's ready to take on the world, but it's 2 years out of the game. He's going to be, 35 years old.
Yeah.
Just maybe some of the burst isn't that. This is wishful.
Yeah.
I'm trying to speak it into existence.
I hear you.
It's wishful thinking on my part.
But as far as like the interior guys, he is like the most body beautiful. Like he looks like we used to say, looks like Tarzan, plays like Jane. You know, usually those guys were, the guys that were super athletic and trim and no fat and everything couldn't play, and he is that. I mean, and I'm sure he's going to stay in shape, and he has been staying in shape. I'm curious, like, what the communication has been like between him and the team over the last couple of years, because I never even considered him coming back.
No, we didn't hear his name mentioned, really.
Yeah.
So, I hope he comes back. He's missing some burst, and maybe he screws up their salary cap where they have to release somebody in order to make room for him, and that somebody they released is critical to their success. I want it to go wrong for them. So however the dominoes fall, just let them fall.
I'm trying to remember, like, his health. I know we can look that up, but if you you look at playing inside, I mean, there's probably a likelihood that he's probably gonna get banged up a little bit. But yeah, as far as his health, he looks like he missed 4 games.
His whole career?
Let's see, no, it was like 7.
In his whole career?
Yeah.
What, 10 years?
Yep. 10 years, 6 to 8 games. So, I mean, he's always been a healthy guy.
All right. We'll see what he does. Hopefully that fire's
9.
not there.
Okay, he missed 9.
Oh, wow, he's fragile.
Yeah.
I think that's we found it. We found the chink in the armor there, and hopefully, look, if he comes back, I've got respect for him. I mean, he was fun to watch when he was playing other people. It's hard not to appreciate the type of player he is. But yeah, he's I don't know, 2 years out, going to be 35, Dave. It's not going to be the same version.
Yeah,
it's not going to be the same version. All right,
he's middle-aged.
That's right. He's going to be feeling those aches and pains. Meanwhile, the Mariners did well during the homestand, to say the very least. But more importantly, how did we do with our predictions? We'll recap coming up next with Wyman and Bob at Seattle Sports on 710.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcast.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
It's a fact. When your eyes work correctly, light focuses through both your cornea and your lens to give you high-quality vision. Hi, it's Dr. Kopstein from K2 Vision. Here's another fact. As we near age 50, we begin to lose the quality and function of our natural lens. That's when we start to reach for reading glasses and contemplate those cataracts on the horizon, typically in our 70s or later, but inevitable if we get old enough. Fortunately, K2 Vision has the advanced permanent solution for both, refractive lens exchange, or RLE. K2 Vision RLE is a quick, painless procedure that restores distance and near vision permanently. Plus, another thing is permanent. You will never develop a cataract. After over 20 years replacing over 100,000 failing lenses, we will help you determine when it's your right time for RLE.
Schedule your free Zoom consult today at k2visionrle.com. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
In 2026, Bay Alarm celebrates 80 years of security. For the Puget Sound, that means local service including burglar and fire alarm systems, 24/7 in-house monitoring, and custom security designed to work with business operations. Bay Alarm has real people rooted in your community looking out for your business. After 8 decades and 3 generations of family ownership, our promise is still the same. We got you. Learn more at bayalarm.com.
Eric Johnson here. I spent the past 30 years working to help make our community better informed, better protected when it comes to consumer issues, and better equipped to take on whatever life throws at us. That's why I love the free Washington Accident book series from Davis Law Group. These books keep us better informed about the law, better able to protect ourselves on and off the road, and better off when all is said and done after an accident. Chris Davis didn't have to write these books. He did it because he saw a need. People who were in accidents or other legal situations didn't know what to do, what pictures to take, documents to request. Only a tiny fraction of the people who get these free books will ever become clients of Davis Law Group, but that's not the point. Chris wrote them because it was the right thing to do. The free Washington Accident book series is a must-have for drivers who want to be prepared for whatever the road might throw at them. Get yours at WashingtonAccidentBooks.com.
When you own your own business, you own every decision. Catch the red eye or take the 6 a.m.
Make a new hire or promote internally.
Celebrate a win with the toast at the gate or unwind at the lounge.
Big props to this team.
Some decisions are a win-win, like earning 8 times points on Chase Travel. Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business, the business card that gives back all you put in. Visit chase.com/reserve business to learn more. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member of FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
M's have the day off today after a very successful homestand where they took 5 of 6. They look to keep those vibes going in Detroit tomorrow. Game 1 of a 3-game series with the Tigers. You're going to catch it all right here, Seattle Sports on 710. Couple games going on right now. Top of the third in Atlanta. No score between the Blue Jays and the Braves. They're headed to the top of the second in Minnesota. Royals and Twins knotted up at 1 apiece. Still to come, Astros hosting the Pirates, Cubs hosting the A's, and the Dodgers and the Diamondbacks get together in Arizona. Finals from earlier today, Phillies take out the Padres 6-4. It was the Orioles over the Red Sox 8-2. Yankees take care of the Guardians in New York 2-1, and the Giants get it done on the road against the Brewers 12-9.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Wyman and Bob.
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming live on the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Dave Wyman and Bob Stelton.
So, Dave, we made some predictions before the homestand started. We did a Call It Now segment where we bring that up every now and again, and made some predictions on this one. And now we get a chance to just thrive in our glory, because I feel like we crushed it. I feel like we were very I don't remember every answer, but I feel like we were just really optimistic with our answers.
I think I'll own that one. That was terrible. Yeah.
Just a preemptive. That was me.
Yeah. I just remember there was like 2 or 3 where we differed, but we were definitely positive. We were definitely, on the upside, thinking that coming off that A's series, got a lot of confidence coming out of that.
Even though it was, you had a good team coming in with the Diamondbacks, who had won 11 of 13 coming in,
albeit from 2 losing teams.
Yeah, but still, you still took care of business.
Yeah,
yeah,
they did what they should.
Reasons to be like, all right, let's see how they do against this team. And then you had the Mets, which they won that series, didn't complete the sweep. But the first question was, do the Mariners, do they win over or under 3.5 games on this homestand?
What, are you kidding? I'm going over. Bob, I'm about to get turned.
Things are good when you are turned, man.
Yeah, that's right.
We're both optimistic on that, going the over on 3.5 games on the homestand.
Correct!
Yeah, we both nailed that, and you were turned. So
please stop saying that. Don't ever say that again. Don't ever say that again.
It just
other people can say
flowed. It was just it came out so naturally for you.
Oh yeah, it was. It just seemed very organic.
It did. Yeah. Well, the difference is when you say it to us versus I want you to say it to your kids. Go home, say it to Kendall, and see how she responds.
Oh, is it the first inning or the second inning?
Yeah.
Or are you talking about running backs?
The running backs. All right, how about this? Will the Mariners still be in first place after this homestand?
I think that they're still going to be in first place.
Affirmative.
Yeah, I mean, look, if we're picking them to win at least 4 in this series, then I think they're still going to be there. I'm going to stick with the optimism, Dave. I'm going to go with yes.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
That's right.
So there you go. Here we go. This one didn't count for the whole homestand. This just counted for the first 3 games because it was about Julio hitting over or under 1 home run before June 1st because he was tied with his career high in home runs in a month at 8. So was he going to hit 1 more before the month of May ended to establish a new career high?
Definitely over. He's going to hit a bomb or 2.
Boy, do I hate being right all the time.
Bomb or 2 in these next 3?
Yeah, bomb or 2. Okay.
Yeah. I guess I'll go the over on that since I didn't put it at 1.5.
I'm sure Bob knows. He knows Paul.
Yeah, we both nailed that one.
Oh, we did. I missed that guy right there. That
Lofa.
Lofa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lofa knows ball.
Yeah, he does know ball.
That's a guy who knows ball, by God. But pretty cool when he says it about you.
Yeah.
So that soundbite will live forever.
Yeah, you're gonna put that in your Hall of Fame.
That's right. But so we got that one right. We both picked he hit 2 more, so he 10 in a month, in the month of May, which is a new career high for him.
He's been phenomenal, man, and just such a blessing having him because, like we keep saying that we're not firing on all cylinders. We're not getting like the best out of, we're getting nothing out of, Cal because he's injured. Same thing with Brendan Donovan. But what I think we're going to look back and go, man, Julio and really Randy, and also, you could throw Luke Raley in there too, have really carried this team through this rough patch here and kept them, right around 500, and now they're starting to take off. But I don't think you can say enough about Julio and his ability to conquer the early start.
Yeah, he's off to the best start of his career. If you're just looking at what he did in April and now what he's done in May, hopefully that continues through June. Meanwhile, we were talking about the piggyback situation, which is designed obviously to, if everything works, the bullpen doesn't come into play. Mariners over under 1.5 relievers used in Sunday's piggyback game.
Yeah, I'm going to say under. I'm going to say it's going to work, and it's going to baffle everyone, and they're still going to complain about it.
Pretty good.
I'm gonna take the over on that. I'm going to say 2 relievers get used.
Are you awake right now?
That's Adam Ray.
Yeah, I think that's when he was Coach Donnelly.
Coach Donnelly?
Here, talking to you.
Yeah. Can we hear that again?
Can you? I think they produced it with it in there.
Yeah.
I don't think.
My bad.
Are you awake right now?
Yeah. Are you awake?
Yeah, I didn't have enough optimism about the piggyback situation.
I know. Well, I get it. We'll get into the debate with the texter about the carrying and the rider and things like that. That was quite the adventure. But that was the first one where we were wrong, correct?
Yeah. Well, I was wrong. You got it right. How about this?
I didn't want to point that out, Bob.
Oh, hey, it's team effort here. You're shining. We're all shining.
All right.
Who steals more bases on the homestand? Would it be Randy or the ever-elusive Josh Naylor?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm going to go with Naylor.
Yeah, sounds super dumb. I'm going to go with Randy.
Affirmative.
All right, we're back to being even. Do you remember what the sounds super dumb was?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh,
that sounds super dumb. So Randy won that one 3-0. Naylor didn't steal any bases.
Well, Naylor, he had some back tightness.
That's right. That's right.
And thank God it wasn't a l'oblique, but he had a little bit of tightness in his back, and that was
sat out a game.
Was it after he hit it?
Immediately after he hit the home run, he went into the dugout, grabbed the massage gun, and was working his lower back, and then they showed him sitting on the bench with the trainers talking to him, and he didn't come back in the game, and then he didn't play the next day.
Did he hoist the trident?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's what did it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's something he's been dealing. Hopefully, it's not anything serious because he's had some wonky throws out there. He's looked a little less than what we've hoped in certain aspects of his game. But moving on, M starters will go at least 6 innings in over under 3.5 of those 6 games.
Over under 3.5. I'm gonna go under on that one.
Man, I'm tired of being right.
Kirby's going twice.
Yeah,
he's going first and last game, so he'll go tonight, and he's a good candidate to go 6.
Yeah,
maybe you get 2 out of him. I'm gonna take the over.
You're a classic example of the inverse ratio between the size of the mouth and the size of the brain.
What is that from, Matt?
That is from a 1970s episode of Doctor Who that no one but me has ever heard of.
Oh.
That's my favorite clip in the system.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like the Adam Ray one. Are you awake right now? That's pretty good, too. So, yeah, you got that right. I was showing way too much optimism, especially in Kirby. I identified Kirby, of all people, man. He's had 4 starts in a row. One, again, he had a 6-inning, 3-run game in that 4. But, yeah, it's been a tough stretch for him. So, there you go. That's how we did on our Call It Now predictions, which we break out every now and again. Meanwhile, taking a look at some of the things going on around the NFL. Jared Verse, we were talking about the fact that trade happened we certainly heard from Myles Garrett. We heard everybody talking about that. We're thinking, what? I haven't heard a peep out of Jared Verse. How is he feeling? You know he's going to say the right things, but internally you wonder if he's on the phone with his agent going, what in the hell? What's going on? What did I do to deserve this? I got to go to Cleveland. I was on a Super Bowl favorite, and now I'm on a team who has no idea who their quarterback's going to be and really never has had an idea since Bernie Kosar.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, that's one of those places that it just you go back and look at the number of starters at quarterback.
Crazy.
Ridiculous. So, yeah, I felt really bad for him because he played really well. I mean, look, I think the biggest compliment I can give this guy, Jared Verse, is that I hated him during the season. Yeah. So, I just think you look at it and you look at his production. I know for a fact that in a game against Chicago, he had 2 sacks that were nullified because of penalties. And, he just was making plays constantly all over the field. And I saw him, beat actually Gray Zabel. He actually won the battle, but, or he won the war, not the battle, but because he got beat on an inside move, and it was just so quick, and Gray just, bless his heart, was able to somehow, redirect and, push him past the quarterback. And, and to see him, kind of beat Gray Zabel like that, I'm like, that guy's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I know he's a rookie and everything, but, he just, I thought he caused a lot more sort of havoc in those 2 games or 3 games against the Seahawks than the stats, told you.
Yeah. He's been a 2-time Pro Bowler already, I think. I mean, so he's, if you're a Browns fan, I kind of like it because you knew Myles Garrett was not overly happy about being there. He's very expensive, and he's getting older. So you're getting a young guy who's on his rookie contract right now who's got a lot to prove. It's exciting. I don't know if he's going to fall in love with Cleveland or not. We'll see what happens. But he had his Browns press conference here, and he explains his initial reaction to finding out he'd been traded.
It caught me by surprise. I loved LA. I love the coaches, the organization, my teammates, everybody a part of it, the staff, the fans. I love the whole vibe of LA, Los Angeles, the Rams, and it was upsetting. I was upset for, a good little bit of time. But when you're an athlete, you understand the nature of business. Everybody does what they think is best for their business, and, that's the situation that I'm in. I'm happy to be a part of the Browns. I'm happy that they believed in me and they were able to make that trade and bring me here. Be with my teammates, be with everybody here, and I truly do believe in everybody in the locker room. But it was upsetting at first. But you got 2 choices that you can either work or you can give up, and I ain't never been a quitter.
Wow, impressive answer.
You're very honest.
I don't think he's going to miss the fans in LA though.
Well, there aren't any.
What fans?
There's nobody to miss.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting that that was. I appreciate that candor. That I was upset. I loved LA. I loved the fans, loved the teammates, the coach, everything he said there. Yeah, I could imagine his reaction. Like, I wonder if it would have been like that anywhere. If he'd just been mad, like, how could you get rid of me? Versus, was it the fact that he got traded that they said, hey, we're going to move on from you? Or was it the fact that they traded you to Cleveland? Like, would he have had the same reaction if they traded him to Seattle? Or they traded, obviously that they wouldn't do something like that in the division, but hypothetically, let's say they traded him to New England, who was in the Super Bowl last year. Would he have that same reaction if it was a good landing spot?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know how people and the players perceive, the Browns, and I mean, I feel like we clown them all the time,
deservedly so.
Mainly because, well, like Paul pointed out, Shedeur Sanders went to the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, he had 7 touchdowns and 10 picks.
Yeah, not good. So, yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I think when I was in the NFL, just every, brand was solid, right? I mean, the NFL was good, and, it's the best of the best, and there's good players there, and, you respect that. But I don't know. I mean, it could have been a better, you mentioned maybe
a good destination.
What if it was Denver? Maybe. I mean, that would be a little bit better. But yeah, I don't know, man. It seems like punishment, but great attitude by him. Yeah, really great attitude.
Yeah,
he couldn't have said that better.
Yeah, we'll see how he fits in, how much You know, they fall in love with him out there. Is it going to be a place he stays, or when he's ready to be a free agent, is he going to be like, get me out of here, get me into a situation where I can win? And who knows? Maybe the Browns will find their rhythm. Maybe Shador will take some massive step forward, and he'll be the guy, or Dylan Gabriel, or whoever else is a quarterback on that roster. Deshaun Watson, I know they keep saying he's going to have a resurgent year, which I don't know about that. But, yeah, interesting situation to say the least. Meanwhile, Les Snead was on with Rich Eisen, and he believes this is the first time that Aaron Donald has considered coming out of retirement.
Aaron and Sean talk a lot.
Okay.
I do think for the first time since he's retired, he's maybe tempted that, let's maybe do one last stand. I don't know if he's been tempted since he has been retired. And I think if you know Aaron at his core, he's one of those humans that if he doesn't think he can really, really help, he probably doesn't want to try. But for the first time, I'm betting that he's tempted. I can sense that. And that's cool that, like a lot of our fans, Aaron's excited about this move, and he's probably tempted for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any inaccuracy there, because we haven't heard a peep from Aaron Donald since he retired, and now you're hearing that I'm flirting with the idea, and if I can find that fire, then I may do it. You know, the fact I'm again leaning on hope and saying the fact that he doesn't know if he has that fire right now, maybe you just don't have it. It should either be there or it's not.
Yeah.
Right. If you're wondering yourself, if I can find it, then I might want to play. Well, shouldn't you know?
Yeah, you should, because I had lots of fire. I really wanted to be back in the league when my career was over, and totally different situation here. But still, yeah, that's kind of interesting if you parse the words there. I'm still bummed out that the Cooper Kupp thing wasn't more serious. Yeah. I was like, Lefko, why didn't we lead with this?
Yeah.
And now we find out he was just joking around.
Breaking news, Cooper Kupp is assuring the league Aaron Donald will remain retired because he told him, don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, maybe he will. It'll be fascinating to watch if he does come back. You know, he's set the bar incredibly high. So are we going to be analyzing every game like, he didn't have much there? You know what, 2 tackles, no sacks? That's not Aaron Donald. Maybe he should have stayed retired. I mean,
well, and I was thinking, maybe they can figure out a schedule to, like, lighten the load for him as far as reps. But I'm trying to, if memory serves, I remember him being really good against the run. So I was thinking maybe he can get in there in pass rush situations and, handle it that way. But he was just as good against the run as the pass, I thought.
Yeah. I like this one. 49ers offensive tackle Trent Williams expressed his displeasure at having to travel all the way to Australia to play a game, and his belief that the NFL did this to help the Rams avoid some home crowd embarrassment.
I mean, it took away a home game, in my opinion. It's probably the only thing. It's probably why we had to go to Australia to play the Rams, to kind of cover up some of the, deficiencies when it comes to ticket sales on their end when we go to L.A. So I'll just leave it at that. But no, nobody wants to travel 20 hours to play a football game. Like, I mean, nobody ever be excited to.
Is that really a 20-hour flight?
I don't know, but I like some deficiencies when there's ticket sales.
So he's talking about that was going to be a home game for them, right?
If you're a Rams fan, or you're a Rams player, I would say Rams fan, there are not many. If you're a player and you hear that, are you mad, or are you kind of going, he's not wrong? I mean, it's got to feel like it's kind of a 50-50 crowd every home game they have, regardless of whether it's the Seahawks, the Rams, the Steelers, the Packer, whoever comes into that building. I feel like, and you've been there, so you know better than I do, certainly, but it feels like at minimum it's almost always 50-50, if not more, in favor of the visiting team, if it's a team like the Steelers who have this huge fan base or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that was the worst example I've ever seen was Pittsburgh. And this was maybe 2 years ago. They just entirely, I mean, and I'm not exaggerating, it was like 90%. Like, it was shocking.
That's awful.
And that's also one of the most annoying, nobody gives a crap about this, but one of the most annoying places to broadcast from, because they have these speakers, and they I think they make up for the lack of fans by being really loud with, all of the stuff that they have these bands playing and all this dumb stuff. Yeah, it really, it's annoying. And I think maybe that's why fans don't go, because it's so annoying there. Whoever runs like the show part of it, whether it's halftime or all the in-between, commercials and stuff like that it's just so obnoxious.
I wonder why they have such a hard time getting fans out there, because it's a good team. You have a good product. It's not like this is just a dog crap team out there that gets it's not the Jets. It's not the Browns.
Right.
This is a team that's, at this point, Super Bowl favorites, whether we agree with it or not. That's what Vegas is saying.
Yeah.
So, L.A. is a town where people like to be seen around winners and be at events and be there when the Dodgers are winning. They get all the celebrities there, and that gets packed out. Same with the Lakers. I don't know how the Kings do down there, but yeah, it's weird that the Rams have a hard time filling that building with their fans.
It's funny. I was ranting there about how it's so loud, the loudspeakers. Who agrees with me? Shannon Dreyer.
Oh, really?
She said every time they go to the Dodgers or the Angels, that it just, for whatever reason, it's just super loud in the ballpark, that they crank it up.
Huh.
Like they got speakers that go to 11.
They used to go to 11. I've been to both of those stadiums multiple times. I don't recall feeling that way, but
Maybe it's a new thing. I don't know, but yeah, I mean that's pretty clever by Trent Williams there, talking about how we usually get a home game when we play the Rams.
Yeah, that's quite a statement
in L.A. But,
I like that.
I don't know. Is that going to sting the Ram fans? I don't think so. I don't think they're passionate enough.
And I don't know if the Ram players would be bothered by that either, because they can't really. It's kind of true.
Yeah, it's always an away game for them.
He's not lying. All right, the biggest adjustment for the Seahawks this season won't be with anyone on the field. Tell you what that's about. Coming up next with Wyman and Bob, live from the Virginia Mason Athletic Center at Seattle Sports on 710.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle Sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
At Dunn, relationships are everything. It's why we build a culture around building the best relationships possible, building joy and trust, one interaction at a time. So whether you need trusted advice, help with material selection, project planning, or loading your vehicle, we go the extra mile to remove as much of the hassle as we can. If there's anything we can do to serve you better, contact me personally, Mike Dunn at dunlumber.com.
Dunn Lumber, building success together.
Totally rad and totally Snohomish PUD. Slash energy costs and upgrade your crib with rebates on windows, insulation, heat pumps, water heaters, smart thermostats, and so much more. Since 1980, Snohomish PUD has been stoked to help customers save energy and money. Discover rebates and no-cost energy tips at snowpud.com/rebates.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
I think it's really important for salespeople to hold each other accountable. In particular, more seasoned salespeople, guys that we've had around now. One of the deals we have that is kind of a unique of the Lee Johnson Auto family is we have really long tenured employees. I mean, long-term people.
The LJ way.
And we tell them when we're interviewing, we're looking for someone who wants a home. Someone that's career-oriented, because we do have upward mobility. So you get longer-term employees here, and the longer term they are, the more they're empowered to hold their peers accountable, right? In my eyes, it's just a reflection of the people that we've put in place around them.
The Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
I got to ride in the brand new all-electric ARC Sport, and it was a luxury EV on the water. Stacy here. You hop aboard immediately and feel like you're someone important. Luxury finishes, clean, tech throughout. Driving it is smooth, and it has that impressive kick you expect from an EV. Charging it is really easy, and not paying for gas is a huge plus. Book a free demo and see it for yourself in Lake Union, Lake Washington, and Lake Sammamish. Schedule your demo at arcboats.com/demo. If you can't make it to them in Kirkland, they'll come pick you up. arcboats.com/demo.
I need a little ranch, step to the ranch, come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
Your dog is limping, but she seems fine. Plus, you've heard they can fake it just to get what they want. So what's the deal now? You're being gaslit.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Oh, now she switched legs. What a diva.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run.
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
What if I told you a local credit union is giving members up to $30 per month just to make everyday purchases? Dave Wyman here, and when I heard about the offer from Harborstone Credit Union, I said, sign me up. And that's what I did at harborstone.com/cash. You know, I'm not a tech-savvy guy, but opening a checking account was easy enough for me to figure out. I got my PNW Cashback checking account for free, no fees or minimums, and when I make everyday purchases with my Harborstone PNW Cashback debit card, I earn up to $30 each month. My wife loves it when I get cash back on gas, groceries, coffee, travel, and lunch. All categories count towards your cash back. You can even tap to pay. If you live, work, or worship in the state of Washington, sign up for a membership with Harborstone Credit Union and get the PNW Cashback free checking account. Open your free account online like I did at harborstone.com/cash or visit one of the 30 branches across the Northwest.
Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Wyman and Bob.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
Weekdays 2 to 7.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
We continue live from the Virginia Mason Athletic Center. It's Wyman and Bob, Seattle Sports on 710, seattlesports.com. Taking a look at what we saw out there. We saw the offense running a little bit. It's hard for me to tell, Dave. Maybe it's more obvious to you, but just, you know, we have a new offensive coordinator out there. In terms of what I was watching, it was hard for me to go, whoa, that was unique or that was different. Did anything look different to you? In a setting like this?
You know, it's funny. I have yet to identify him on the field until today. You know, it just didn't occur to me to, hey, where's the new offensive coordinator? But Brady Henderson was telling me, because, you know, those guys go out there like Condotta. I go out and watch players and everything, but like Condotta and Brady, they're watching, you know, who got this many reps and, you know, who's doing this and that. And Brady was saying that the whole time that Brian Fleury is on like a walkie-talkie, like they're talking to, and I don't know if he's probably talking to Sam, obviously, but then also with other coaches and everything. And so, you know, it's not like he's been up, like coaching up the guys on the field. He kind of stands away.
Yeah.
And so I think maybe that's a technique to get them ready. It's really cool out there. You saw it. They have that huge screen that replays the play that you just played, and it's on a delay. So you see guys all the time going over there. And one time I got caught standing underneath it. Like, why is everybody looking at me? But no, it's really cool that they can go over and kind of correct themselves and see exactly what happened. So I like that because, a lot of times it's not till you get in the film room, but when you are able to correct it right there on the field, man, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So I love that. But, yeah, Brian Fleury kind of just standing off to the side a little bit and, doing it through the walkie-talkie, calling the plays and everything. So do they still call them walkie-talkies?
As far as I know. Okay. I don't know. Somebody hip will let us know if that's an old man term.
It does sound like something from the 1960s. Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, there's really not a lot difference. I think there's some nuances, I'm sure, that if you looked at film and everything, it's like, oh, they're running this play that way. But again, I feel like it's about the guy's style.
Yeah.
And, having a sense for when to call this play and then when to set this play up. And I know that Mike does a good job of, getting their practices so it is like a game,
Yeah.
And so that's really, I think, I don't think he's been a play caller. I know that he's been on both sides of the ball, and then he's also been a special team coach. It's interesting. They hire guys like Keller Christ. So Keller Christ was you ever heard of Jeep Christ? He's a coach,
No.
and I think it's his son, but he played quarterback at Stanford.
Okay.
Keller did, and he is a defensive back coach. Like he is like a quality control defensive coach. I saw him over there talking to the DBs and everything, which is interesting. And that's kind of the way he's super intelligent.
Of course, went to Stanford.
Well, yeah, like most Stanford graduates. Can't even say it with a straight face. But yeah, I mean, he's helping out the defense. I think that's really interesting that they do it that way, because you would think he would be like an assistant offensive coordinator or a quarterback coach. So yeah, it's kind of interesting how they coach each side of the ball and just how versatile. And Brian Fleury being the great example of that.
Well, Sam Darnold was out there talking about this, and he was asked what it's been like working with Fleury so far.
Yeah, Fleury's been great. Just the way that, his command, his presence, the way that he installs it, with the run game, pass game, his command over the entire system has been incredible. And I'm continuing to, throughout these practices, throughout these different situations that we get in practice to be able to learn each other, kind of what he's thinking and calling it, and just continuing to get a feel for each other. It's been really good so far.
So, good review from your starting quarterback there.
Yeah, no question.
Which is good. You got one more from him here real quick. Just ask what feels similar and what's different with this offense.
Yeah, it's a lot of the same stuff, right? It's, Fleury obviously coming from San Francisco, but a couple different wrinkles here and there, but it's been good that way to be able to get some of that same verbiage, but just a couple different wrinkles, like I said. So it's been really good, though, to be able to get some stuff that, he's been doing with San Francisco the last couple of years, and how we can kind of incorporate that into our system and, be able to, just like I said, just incorporate it into what we've kind of been building on, this past year.
Yeah, so I think this is his first go-around at offensive coordinator, if I'm not mistaken, because he was the run game coordinator, tight ends coach in 25 with the Niners. And then he was tight end coach, offensive quality control coach, and then he was a defensive quality control coach. So it's really nice to have, like I said, well-rounded coaches. And there was some thought that maybe Mike, having installed his defense, and guys like EJ can practically run it, that he can spend more time with the offense, because, if you're an offensive coordinator and you're able to kind of take advantage of this really good defense that Mike runs, then, you know how to pick them apart, and they're kind of learning from each other. And so I think it's going to be fairly seamless as far as that goes. Maybe it won't take them as long, because the run game last year took a while to get going, but they stuck with it, man.
Yeah, well, we talked about, initially with obviously with Grubb, it didn't work out the way you wanted to, They immediately changed course, bring in a new offensive coordinator. Remember the Niners game? We're going, that didn't look right.
Yeah.
You know, the defense looked great. I think you held them to 17 points.
Right.
And the offense just looked really vanilla and really, I don't know, uncertain, I guess would be a word. I don't know. They didn't play with the certainty. We talk about that with Spoon and others. They just play with this absolute certainty, and the offense looked like it was kind of like dipping their toe in the water. Like, is it cold? Is it warm? What is it like there? So it took a while. Do you think we're going to have any of that ramp-up period with this?
Yeah, probably. And that was kind of surprising because I remember in the second preseason game last year against Kansas City, they looked phenomenal. Mm-hmm. They played really well, and just, like I said, the sequence of plays and how they called them, it just looked like, okay, this is going to be an awesome offense. And it just takes a while to get going, and I like that they stick with it. And the other thing is, it's a huge luxury to be an offensive play caller with that defense. And that's why, we talked about Sam Darnold and why, how maybe he should expect some kind of a, restructure, and he's fine because, his career is going well. And, he has this phenomenal, pretty phenomenal running game, first of all, but then this defense that's going to, like I always say, they were in a game in which he threw 4 interceptions. And the defense kept them in that game. So
till the last play.
Yeah.
Which is still one of the more amazing games and one of the weird losses where I came out of it more confident in this team.
You were excited.
Well, it was weird. It's just, and Sam said it, we played that clip from him the other day when he was talking to somebody going, the game against the Rams, we had no business being in that game. I was terrible. I turned the ball over 4 times or 5 times. I don't know if he had a fumble in that game as well, but he said it himself. We had no business being in that game.
Yeah, so I mean that's the beauty of people that are worried, I would say, worried about having the third offensive coordinator in as many years. That that's a luxury that you have because your defense is so good. But they're not going to sit there on their hands and say, "Oh, it's a 2-year plan." I mean, that's the thing with Mike Macdonald. As the season goes, I feel like for a lot of teams, it's like who you are in the first 3 or 4 games is kind of who you're going to be the rest of the season, and then you kind of see how the matchups work out. But like the defense, I remember the first year it started off on fire. They were holding opponents to like 200 yards, but then they had that stretch where right up to mid-season the defense just wasn't working, and so trade away one player, fire the other one, and the 2 linebackers and Baker and Dodson, and bring in EJ, and it took a couple of games, and then all of a sudden they just took off, and they were top 5 defense in every category in the second half of that. So they Mike is very good at like improving during the season and finding ways to progress. And like I said, usually it's kind of like, okay, this is kind of who we are. And that's not been the case the last couple of years with Mike.
Well, and we talk about players playing with certainty. He coaches that way. And more importantly, he makes decisions that way with absolute certainty. There's no, let's let it play out. I mean, obviously he's not going to jump the gun on things and just go, that didn't work this game, so it's done. But when he saw that the OC didn't work the very first year, very often you'd see somebody go, okay, well, let's
give him another year.
Yeah, he's making the transition from college to pro. He understands what he's in store for, so we can make a decision based on this next year. And he's like, nope, not working. Linebackers. They brought them both over in the offseason. Those were new acquisitions. Gets rid of them in season. Nope, not working.
Right.
I love that he makes decisions with absolute certainty. When something's not right or it's not lining up the way he expects, he doesn't sit there and go, all right, well, let's hope it gets better. We'll see what it looks like at the end of the year. He's like, nope, we're going to fix this now.
Yeah, and then, remember they moved on from, there was a leave of absence as far as the running back coach went with KP. And I got to check in on Kennedy. I think he's probably going to get a job somewhere else. But yeah, I mean, there was just something there that was maybe off. And that was another thing that happened. It wasn't like that was a big move that he made, but it did happen. And so now all of a sudden you got a new running back coach. And this is a Super Bowl championship run that they're on. And that was like, gosh, I think it was in late November, early December.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he doesn't, sit on his hands.
All right, coming up, we learned about a can't-miss event happening this summer. what we learned coming your way next with Wyman and Bob. It's Seattle Sports on 710.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
I know a lot of you out there like me that you have to have a pair of readers with you. If you want to be able to read your text, read a menu, read labels on things in the store. I got tired of it. I don't know where you're at. If you're tired of it, I've got something that can help you, and that is K2 Vision RLE. And look, King LASIK, K2 Vision, you add those together, you get freedom vision for every stage of life. LASIK and EVO ICL from King LASIK gives you freedom from glasses and contacts, whereas refractive lens exchange from K2 Vision RLE adds extra freedom from readers and cataracts. And I went that route. It was the best decision I've made, because now those glasses are all in a drawer. I don't need them, and I'm never going to develop a cataract. So if you're in that same position, you're just done having to have those with you at all times, K2 Vision RLE could be your perfect and permanent solution. And on top of that, you'll never develop a cataract. With over 400,000 procedures done, Doctors Kopstein and King are two of the most experienced vision correction surgeons in America. So whether it's LASIK, EVO ICL, or RLE, trust the most experienced team of doctors out there with all of the data to recommend the very best procedure for you. Schedule your free Zoom consultation today at k2visionrle.com. King LASIK and K2 Vision RLE. No glasses, no contacts, readers, or cataracts. Again, that's k2visionrle.com.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happened directly in front of you, like a Swedish masseuse, your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-895-1414. That's 800-895-1414.
We're kicking off a football frenzy that can net you up to $10,000 in cash. Don't stand on the sidelines. Get on the pitch and join the fun. Hourly hot seat drawings run every Saturday night from 7 p.m. till midnight in June and July. Take your shot at $10,000 every week. The field's wide open. Don't forget, your Reef Rewards card can save you up to 25 cents per gallon at Lummi Bay Market next to Silver Reef. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5 exit 260.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run!
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Dave Wyman here with an interesting story. A woman was about to donate a box of jewelry, but her friend told her, take it to Bellevue Rare Coins first. She walked out with a check that far exceeded her expectations.
Old jewelry, coin collections, gold watches, necklaces, and pendants. It's worth finding out what those items are worth during such a strong market. Before you give anything away, get it checked out at Bellevue Rare Coins in Bellevue, Linwood, Issaquah, and Tacoma. Go to BellevueRareCoins.com.
Hi, Chuck here at Frank Lumber the Door Store. And once again, we have 2 convenient locations to purchase your doors from. Our main showroom and bargain barn in Shoreline, and our Marysville store with warehouses full of factory seconds and closeouts. Whether you would like something brand new or have a little more time than money and wouldn't mind putting a little work into a factory second, we may just have what you're looking for. For all of your door needs, please visit us on 15th Avenue Northeast in Shoreline or on Cedar Avenue in Marysville, and online at franklumber.com.
From the people who brought you It's the Dog Park comes.
It's a hot spot on your dog's leg that the internet says you can treat it at home. You're not sure though, because now it's oozing.
Protect your dog from injury and illness with Progressive Pet Insurance.
Ooh, he's licking it. Super gross, dude.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Coverage subject to policy terms.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
This is a house of learned doctors. What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
What did we learn today?
No one's a bigger idiot than me.
Stupidity is the easiest way out.
So we learned about a can't-miss event happening this summer, huh?
Oh, yeah. So August 7th. It's going to be a lot of fun. The Mariners Alumni Weekend, their 50th season celebration. They're going to have all the heavy hitters back in town. They're going to do a home run derby, and we learned that there's one guy you really want to go watch. Ichiro, Mike Cameron, Ryan Healy, Bucky Jacobson, Austin Nola, so all hitters, as you know here, Stephen Romero, and Ryan Roland Smith.
Boy, it really drops off at the end there, doesn't it? I'm just kidding you, Ryan.
Why do they want to bring Ryan out there to try to embarrass the poor guy? I mean,
yeah, I can't wait to watch Ryan Roland Smith rip some home runs, man.
Well, he's a lefty.
Awesome.
He's got the short porch there, so he's got
he's a lefty?
Yeah, I don't know if you knew that, Dave. Take a look at his card that's been hanging up in the sports pit for a decade.
Just kidding.
Yeah, Ryan in the home run derby. I've seen Ryan take cuts before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They did a media thing out there one year where a bunch of media people were out there fielding fly balls and taking cuts and all of that. And Ryan was out there. I remember he had a decent looking swing. He didn't swing like a lot of pitchers who look like, man, I haven't touched a bat in a decade. But I don't remember him hitting any out either. So I don't know how that's going to go.
Are they going to have like a softball fence?
Maybe they bring that in. Maybe that's what they do. I don't know. That would be. I don't think any of those other guys are going to look for that. So
I'm trying to remember. Remember when the Seahawks went out there and they had some. It wasn't during before a game or anything. It was like during practice or warm ups, and they were taking cuts. And I remember
out here on the field here.
On the field at Safe.
At T-Mobile.
At T-Mobile. Safeco. But yeah, and I remember Patrick O'Connell. That was when I think Mike was supposed to throw out he threw out the pitch, or did he?
He threw it out with Adam.
With Adam, yeah.
Yeah.
But I just remember Mike McDonald talking about how Patrick O'Connell. I'm trying to remember who else. There was a couple other players that Mike McDonald was saying, yeah, this guy was hitting some out. Mike was a baseball player.
Really?
Mike McDonald, yeah. So but that'll be fun to see Ryan. We got to hopefully we're going to be in a position where we can kind of razz him, give him the business,
where he can hear us.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they should let us
get
down on the field right behind the cage.
How about up on just the loudspeaker over the entire?
Come on, mate.
Yeah.
What else did we learn?
Well, we learned that you guys were excited to talk to Byron Murphy when he joined you earlier, not because he had a great season, but because of something that he said recently this offseason.
Catch up with Byron Murphy here momentarily. It looks like practice is wrapped up for the day, so we'll talk to him about getting turned. And
I knew that was going to come up at some point.
You want to dazzle him with it? You want to just fit it into a question?
I think it sounds better when you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, with your little accent, your voice there.
My little accent. I have no accent. Yeah, that would be funny just to see if he gave a weird look like, what'd you say? We should have done it. Should have done it. But you threw me under the table when you were saying, well, Bob was wondering how much you could bench press.
He really wants to know. I don't really much care, Byron. But
I told him not to bug you with it, but let's just get it out of the way.
I honestly was the one that really wanted to know.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, turned. So great. What else did we learn, Lefko?
We learned today that the Seahawks were doing a drill that none of us probably should try to even come close to attempting.
I was watching the offensive linemen were hitting this sled that probably weighs, I'm going to say, at least 300 pounds. And these guys, of course, are making it look like a toy, basically, because they're monsters. But there's a couple of times where I'm like, that thing almost came down on your foot there. You know, that thing almost hit you right in the nuts. That's going to hurt, man. So, yeah, I mean, they're
Were you out there like a grandpa, Dad? Be careful.
That's exactly what I was doing.
Be careful,
I was
boys.
out there. I was talking to Condota, and I'm like, I told Bob, I go, this drill worries me. These guys are almost getting hit by this thing. But yeah,
Dave's out there. Your shoes are untied. You want to tie those. You don't want to trip now.
Yeah, it was kind of freaky. I was like, wow.
You were concerned.
I was concerned. But and actually it almost flipped over and went on, I think it was Mason Richmond's feet, and he kind of danced away. It's a pretty good move, actually.
Did they have that when you were playing? Did they have a sled like that? That big?
Yeah, gosh, I don't really remember hitting the sled a lot.
I thought they were all the same, to be honest. I thought it was just, here's the sleds, and everybody
That was a
takes
one-man
turns
sled, you know, that had, you know, and it's really stout, like I said. I mean, this is like, you know, huge, like, I-beam type of iron, and it's just, it was concerning me.
Yeah.
It's like, you boys are going to hurt yourself.
Did you ever have the coaches standing on it like they do in the movies to tell you how soft you are?
Yeah, screaming and yelling at you.
Yeah. Is that all the learning?
Yeah, we did learn quickly that, you know, we're going to be abandoned next week by Paul Moyer, but we don't have to relive that. Yeah, the abandoned boys are ditching us.
You're going to get Dave all excited again about Paul's
tear in my eye. Really?
Just getting the chills.
the abandoned boys going to abandoned dudes.
Oh, that's good stuff. All right. It's become one of the biggest talking points over the last couple of days here. And God knows we know how to talk, by God. We're going to dive into it next as we continue. We're live at the Virginia Mason Athletic Center where the Seahawks have wrapped up OTAs for the day. So stick around. We got more coming your way here. It's Wyman and Bob. It is Seattle Sports on 710.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle Sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
Local service. Our promise to the Puget Sound remains the same. We got you. Learn more at bayalarm.com.
Step inside and let the excitement take you places. This is Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the ultimate spot for action that reaches incredible heights, luxury that knows no bounds, and live entertainment that always thrills. It's all at one incredible destination. So when you look for the best, look nowhere else. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot.
In 2026, Bay Alarm celebrates 80 years of security, With burglar and fire alarm systems, 24/7 in-house monitoring, and local service, our promise to the Puget Sound remains the same. We got you. Learn more at bayalarm.com.
Hey, Brock Hewitt here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. And if you've been dreaming of that new deck, you got to get a hold of PCF. Call them before the great weather arrives and their schedule gets totally filled up. With a new deck, patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy the outdoors year-round no matter what the weather brings. And for a limited time, how about this? Get 50% off demolition costs up to $5,000 when you book your project with PCF. Contact People Come First Construction Group for all the details. They designed and built our outdoor living space, and we love it. Start planning and designing your dream deck now so you're ready to build this summer. Planning, permitting, and construction can take a little time, so get started today. Get project ideas, browse their amazing photos, and look at all the offer details at pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space your favorite place. With People Come First.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Stacy here. Sell your car to Wayscar Ford, and when they resell it, they share half their profit with you. That's right. Sell your car to Wayscar Ford, Isuzu, and Auburn. They'll pay you today for your car, and once they resell it, they'll share half their profit with you. WayscarFord.com.
Hey, you mind keeping it down up there, please?
KeyBank will meet you in that I need new neighbors moment.
Rick, it's your mortgage loan officer, Beth. I was in the neighborhood and wanted to let you know your home loan application's been approved.
Beth, you're always there for me, and not a moment too soon.
Are your neighbors bowling with grand pianos again?
And apparently raising livestock?
Ew.
For every financial need, we'll meet you in the moment. KeyBank opens doors. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 399797.
Are you an adult with uncontrolled moderate to severe Crohn's disease symptoms and still packing a backup bag of clothes? Just in case? Skyrizi Risankizumab Riza can help you take control of your Crohn's. Feel significant symptom relief, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements at 4 weeks. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help people achieve remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Individual results may vary. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's. Ready to take control of your Crohn's? Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Control is everything to me.
Learn more at skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZY.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. It's a fruity candy flavor explosion, and I mean explosion. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots, a zero sugar treat that's sweet tooth approved. These can take care of my candy cravings and provides a tasty caffeine kick without all the sugar. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. Get candy flavored chaos with Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like customer service associate at a dry cleaning shop.
Yeah, hi. I'm here to pick up my suit.
Ah, yes. Here you go.
There must be a mistake. This is too small.
It shrunk a whole lot. Look on the bright side. Now you have a suit you can give to a child.
This is the job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. From the Quantum Fiber Studio, this is Wyman and Bob
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming live on the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Dave Wyman and Bob Stelton.
Text line is there for you at 866-979-3776. You guys can weigh in on the Mariners, Seahawks, whatever's on your mind. And I would imagine a lot of people want to weigh in on our next topic here, because I think it's the obvious question when you're talking about somebody like Russell Wilson, who had a heck of a career. He's officially called it a career. He's officially retiring. He's going to be part of CBS's football coverage there. He's going to be an analyst, and be curious to see what it is he does there, how he does it. Is he going to be just full of just praise and heaping praise and joy and everything's great and everybody's great, or is he going to be a guy who breaks it down and is critical and says, hey, this guy's got to be better, or this team needs to be better, or I feel like that's the toughest transition for a lot of guys that leave their sport, whether it's football, baseball, anything else, and they become analysts.
Yeah. Well, and I think also a part of that, of doing that job is, and I don't want to say like dumb it down, but if he starts using, too much terminology and things like that, then it kind of goes over people's heads. So I think, just bringing the game to, in words that everyone can understand. Yeah. Because look, if you learn all of the terminology and everything, yeah, you'll be able to talk about it that way, but usually people have different terminology or, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of some of the guys that do games that I really enjoy. I like Troy Aikman. I think he does a fine job. Brady, he does kind of his voice is a little bit different.
Brady's voice?
Yeah, Tom Brady. Yeah. But, I appreciate the way that he talks.
Well, is Russell going to be a studio analyst, or he's not going to be on games, I don't think, is he?
Yeah, I don't know.
I thought he was going to be in the studio. Lefko, do you have clarification?
They didn't really say, made it sound like studio. He had a little bit of a tryout last year during the playoffs, and he was in studio. I would imagine studio, because it's much easier to pick up.
But it's still the same thing. Right. Yeah. I mean, you're talking about football and, trying to bring some insight, like what's it like to play quarterback? And, it's the hardest position, really. I think the hardest thing in the world in any sport, and look, soccer, hockey, basketball, I don't really, not as tuned in with that. But I think the hardest thing is to be a consistently good hitter in Major League Baseball. Yeah. And then I think second is playing quarterback in the NFL. So, I mean, if he can bring that about, then I think he'll be fine.
Yeah. So the big question is and by the way, before we get to that, let's play. He had a retirement video, and in the portion of it, he thanks Seattle and his teammates and Pete Carroll.
To Coach Carroll, thanks for taking a chance on a young 5'11" black kid from Richmond, Virginia, that was told he was too small to ever make it in the NFL. We knew what winning was like. And to every teammate I've had the privilege of sharing the locker room with, thank you for the sacrifices, the brotherhood, the memories. None of this is possible without you. To every fan who supported me, through the highs and the lows, your belief, your energy, and your passion meant more than you'll ever know. To Seattle, you raised me. Not just all the wins and crazy loud games, but also the forever memories after we won the Super Bowl.
Your Seahawks, Super Bowl 48 champion.
But even more important, the kids at Seattle Children's Hospital, you gave me hope and belief in a better tomorrow. And hopefully, I did the same for you.
Yeah, that's cool.
Kind of dramatic.
Yeah. had the music going in the background and all that. So
kind of his bedroom voice.
Yeah, a little bit. Yo, Seattle, we got a deal. Yeah. That's him.
Well, yeah, and I think maybe people maybe think that he's putting on an act. I think sometimes. So there was lots of times where we didn't really know like what his personality was, because I remember when he first came in. He would say things like, failure is not an option. I'm like, is this like true lies or, what do we?
I felt like he said things he felt like he was supposed to say.
Yeah. Yeah. And because I just think, I don't want to say he's socially awkward, but I just think those things aren't natural for him.
Yeah. I think he's a little awkward.
Yeah. And, and I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Yeah.
So, when I screw up a few words, I feel very awkward. Very. And, that kind of, I think that makes people uneasy. So, but, if you look at, and I texted a bunch of people, I'm like, is he a Hall of Famer? I texted 4 Hall of Famers. And, I got a couple of responses that were like, yeah. One was like, hey, maybe in 8 to 10 years, maybe it'll take him a little bit longer. Another one said, yes, he's a Hall of Famer, didn't say anything about. And then I texted Dave Craig, the smartass, and he said, well, in 5 years, he can go to the Hall of Fame. Like, yeah, Dave, thank you. I knew that.
Of course he said that.
Yeah. So,
well, and that's the question.
He said, ask me then. And I'm like, Dave, hopefully I don't know you 5 years from now. Okay?
Well, that's the question for the listeners out there. Just yes or no. Hall of Famer, Russ Wilson, Hall of Famer or not. Try to, and do your best to take whatever your personal feelings are about him out of it. Some people soured on him. If you just look at what he's accomplished in his career, is he worthy of the Hall of Fame? And I know it's hard to take the personal feelings out, but if we're just looking at where, and I went through a bunch of stuff last night looking at where he ranks, just historically, his numbers tell me he's a Hall of Famer. If you want to just go all-time passing yards, he's number 16 all-time. 46, almost 47,000, just under 47,000. Passing TDs, 12th all-time, 353. All-time passer rating, he's number 5 all-time, 99.3. Fourth quarter comebacks, number 9 all-time. All-time TD to interception ratio, number 4 all-time. Quarterback rushing yards, number 4. Quarterback wins, number 12 all-time. Game-winning drives, tied with your guy Elway, number 9 all-time. He's a 10-time Pro Bowler. He's been to 2 Super Bowls. He won 1. He's the Walter Payton Man of the Year award winner. His numbers tell me, I'm not saying he's the greatest quarterback ever, and I don't think anybody is, but he's in the top 10 all-time in a number of these categories, and certainly top 15. So his numbers tell me, and we've talked about the NFL Hall of Fame being kind of odd. You don't really have these markers the way Major League Baseball does. Major League Baseball's got 3,000 hits and 500 home runs, and even though 300 wins is kind of out the window these days, you kind of had these markers for Hall of Fame worthy players, and football isn't really built on stats the way baseball is. So I think it's just the fact that they've got somebody who stands up in front of a room of voters pleading your case, is an odd thing as well. So for me, it's always hard to look at football players and go, yeah, he is or he isn't. Some people are obvious. Aaron Rodgers, he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Others, there's a debate. But when I look at Russell Wilson's numbers, I'm going, yeah, if I'm looking at how he compares to others that are in the Hall of Fame, he's got better numbers. He's accomplished more than other quarterbacks that are in the Hall of Fame. Not all of them, but certainly a handful of them. So,
yeah, well, and, here's another thing. And this was one time Brady Henderson was on with us. And, it was when Sterling Sharp went into the Hall of Fame. And Brady, he was just giving his opinion, and it was fine. He's like, he's not a Hall of Famer. I'm sorry. He's just not. He played for 7 years. 7 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's where I would make the case that, like, okay, all those numbers that you just rattled off with Russell Wilson, yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. I mean, I don't know if he's first ballot or whatever. I just think, you're going to get, like you said, you're going to have people getting into, how he left Seattle. And he handled that wrong.
Yeah.
He did. And I think he's apologized for it and all that. But
he flew back and Pete, and they mended the fences and whatever bad blood was there.
But at the time, I mean, it was a crappy deal. It really was. I mean, he wanted out. He wanted out of here. And I think at that point, I think John thought that, and I think a lot of people thought that his skills were on the decline.
Yeah.
And that kind of proved out. But yeah, and then somebody else asked me, well, I'm sorry, I get hit in the head a lot. How many Super Bowls did he win? And I was like, well, he won one and he lost one. And, you could say he lost that Super Bowl 49, but what really happened in that game is that Jeremy Lane broke his arm. That's what happened.
Cliff Averill
got a concussion. That's really what happened.
Jermaine Kearse got destroyed on that play.
So, yeah, I mean, it just, and I don't think it was, he ran the play they called. So I'm not, when I said he lost one, well, I meant he was in a game that they lost. But a lot of people are going to go, well, he threw an interception on the 1 yard line. The end. So
He did. He did throw that ball, and then there's no escaping that. But you look, Dan Marino never won a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. He's in there. That is that the prerequisite, because if it is, then he shouldn't be there. And I think we all know by looking at him, he's a Hall of Famer. So, but Aaron Rodgers has one Super Bowl.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no, and he certainly will be a Hall of Famer. So, yeah, I mean, I look at it two different ways, though. The way I thought the way that he behaved here in Seattle, and he pissed off a lot of people, and was pretty despicable. But if you look at the numbers, and those things tend to mend over time, and so he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, his numbers say that, and it's gonna. You guys can text in on that 866-979-3776. Mike McDonald was asked about this on with Brock and Saul. Talked about what it was like as a defensive coordinator facing off against Russell Wilson.
I think the thing with Russ was like there was like a lore behind him before you faced him, and then you kind of dig into the analytics, and you're like, damn, this guy's really good, And so it was just it was kind of like a pick your poison type of thing, He'd either beat you right now or he'd get you later. It's just like, he was a great player, man. He's a great player.
Yeah, he was a problem for a number of years, with the game-winning drives. He already ranks top 10 and all that. Peter Schrager on Get Up was talking about Russell Wilson and why, in his opinion, it's going to be a fascinating case for Hall of Fame consideration.
He was a 10-time Pro Bowler. Every other quarterback who's been a 10-time Pro Bowler is securely in the Hall of Fame. So you would say yes, but those 10 Pro Bowls happened at a point of his career where he was never first-team All-Pro. He was never the MVP. He had one of the best defenses ever surrounding him. And since those years, it has been such a drop-off and such a demise in Denver, nothing in Pittsburgh, and really nothing with that year in the Giants, where I could see voters almost talking themselves out of putting Russell Wilson in the Hall of Fame. So it's a fascinating candidacy. I don't think he's first ballot, but I think he certainly has an argument to get in it.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know why this one stuck with me. 2015, a regular season. And that was where the one where at the bye week, Russ went and he went on like this vacation that looked
to Mexico.
Looked like a cover of a romance novel, riding horses on the beach and stuff like that. And he came back and he just bawled out. I mean, I think the bye week, let's see, it was like, I think he had one bad game, but then, he went 83%, 70%, 78%, 72%, 70% completion percentage. And in that period of time, he threw like 22 touchdowns and did not throw a pick.
Yeah.
So he had these streaks where it was like, and I remember Doug Baldwin was the recipient of a lot of those passes that he threw during that time. But I mean, I remember thinking, oh, Russ is getting, too big for his britches. And then, he came back and had that kind of season and finished it off in 2015. But then at the end of his career here, he did get too big for his britches. Yeah. Just because he wanted more control. He wanted to throw the ball more. We had Pete talking about how, we got to shut him down because he's throwing too many interceptions. I think he threw like 4 interceptions in a 3-game span or something like that. Maybe it was 5. And then, that's when Pete kind of shut it down, and Russ didn't like that. So, I mean, it was kind of a bittersweet thing, and you look at it now, and I think that a lot of the opinions of people, and we'll check the texters maybe, but you when you look back on it and all the the wounds kind of heal, and you forget about that part of it, you think about all the good things that he did, and he was just a fantastic scrambling quarterback. I mean, did he lead the team in yardage, or he was second on the team in rush yardage one year?
He led the team one year.
That year with Mike Davis.
Mike Davis was the leading running back, and he had just over 250 yards or something. It was dreadful.
Russ had like 5 something.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah. So, I mean, I think there's kind of two stories with Russell Wilson, but he was such a great underdog. And I remember, one of the things when he first got here, we were raving about him in 13 and 14, and nobody was giving him any credit. And then all of a sudden, all the, national media started to jump on board and everything. So, but yeah, I mean, there was lots of a long period of time where he was ignored.
Yeah.
By most of the national media.
Yeah, he was just a guy like somebody's. Where did it go? I was looking at some of these texts. Lies about his height even in retirement.
I hope he doesn't get too chunky. Yeah. That's what happens to us, Russ. Remember, we were always like, he looks kind of thick.
He's always stout, Yeah. Should he have said, took a chance on a 5'10" and 5'8" kid? Come on, round up to 5'11". I don't fault him for that.
Well, he wants to make himself look shorter. So
yeah, you're getting kind of a mix. RW3 Hall of Fame. Yes, it shouldn't be a debate. His personality shouldn't be a factor. Yeah, I mean, he's not a criminal. He's not a guy. Look, you got some bad guys in these Hall of Fames out there.
Yeah,
some legitimately bad people, but they were great players, and it is what it is. You're talking about who he is on the field. Meanwhile, we'll get his insight on the Seahawks draft class and the impact of the Myles Garrett trade from NFL Network's Lance Zierlein. He's going to join us next with Wyman and Bob at Seattle Sports on 710.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
What if I told you a local credit union is giving members up to $30 per month just to make everyday purchases? Dave Wyman here, and when I heard about the offer from Harborstone Credit Union, I said, sign me up. And that's what I did at harborstone.com/cash. I'm not a tech-savvy guy, but opening a checking account was easy enough for me to figure out. I got my PNW Cashback checking account for free, no fees or minimums, and when I make everyday purchases with my Harborstone PNW Cashback debit card, I earn up to $30 each month. My wife loves it when I get cash back on gas, groceries, coffee, travel, and lunch. All categories count towards your cash back. You can even tap to pay. If you live, work, or worship in the state of Washington, sign up for a membership with Harborstone Credit Union and get the PNW Cashback free checking account. Open your free account online like I did at harborstone.com/cash or visit one of the 30 branches across the Northwest.
Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you curious about who offers the best deals on top-rated Samsung, LG, and Sony TVs? The answer is surprising. It's not online, and it's not the warehouse clubs. The best deals on top-rated TVs are at Video Only. Don't believe it? Then check out the trade-in deals at Video Only. How about $500 for your old TV? Try doing that online. Before you buy that new TV, drop into Video Only. If you don't, you'll be sorry.
Let's talk about your hair. Well, maybe after we talk about my hair. I've got great hair, as you know, and it's because of Advanced Hair. Yep, Advanced Hair Restoration. Their simple one-day treatment offers life-changing results that I can attest to. Guys, it's not magic, but it's close to it. They put hair where you need it most, and bam, it grows. It's actual science. Advanced Hair has top-rated physicians, modern technology, and best of all, you get your very own natural hair that begins to regrow the very next day. It's even guaranteed to grow for life. So schedule your free consultation now at 425-449-8185. Mention Curly to qualify for $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. It's a limited time offer. Advanced Hair, the winner of the 425 Business of the Year, and the team that gave me my hair back. More importantly, they'll do the same for you, guaranteed. 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
Popeye's Big Box is back, y'all. Big news for bold Louisiana flavor. And you have some big questions to answer. Will it be 2 pieces of marinated crunchy signature chicken? Or 3 juicy tenders? And which 2 delicious sides will you pair with that biscuit you love? In spite of all that goodness, Big Box is no big-ticket item. But it won't last forever. So if you want to go big, you better go now. At participating U.S. restaurants.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
You don't have to be a great golfer to get a handicap. You don't have to play every weekend. And you definitely don't have to be super competitive. A golf handicap index is for any golfer. Michael Bumpus here. In fact, it only takes 3 18-hole rounds to get started. So whether you play to compete, improve, or just have more fun with your golf buddies, a handicap makes the game fair and more interesting. Getting one is easy. Sign up, post 3 rounds, and you're set. Learn more at wagolf.org/710. That's wagolf.org/710.
Compassion, communication, results. That's Pendergast Law Personal Injury Lawyers. Go to pendergastlaw.com. That's pendergastlaw.com.
Step inside and let the excitement take you places. This is Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the ultimate spot for action that reaches incredible heights, luxury that knows no bounds, and live entertainment that always thrills. It's all at one incredible destination. So when you look for the best, look nowhere else. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add 1 line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Here in the Pacific Northwest, windows can be one of the best investments you can make to add value to your home. At Dunn Lumber, we have designated Marvin window specialists who have been trained by Marvin to best serve your needs. If you need help finding the right windows for your home, come by one of our 4 Dunn Lumber window showrooms. Or reach out to me personally, Mike Dunn at DunnLumber.com.
Dunn Lumber, building success together.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio, you're listening to Wyman and Bob.
Weekdays 2 to 7
on Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
We continue live from the Virginia Mason Athletics Center. It's Wyman and Bob, Seattle Sports on 710. We get a chance to speak to somebody who you catch on NFL Network, does a great job as an analyst and a draft analyst. He's with us now. Lance Zierlein is here. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Hey, before we get into everything going on with the Seahawks and your take on their draft and everything, we were just having a conversation about Russell Wilson. Obviously, he spent the bulk of his career here in Seattle, won a Super Bowl, went to another one. He's retiring, and the question is he a Hall of Famer? When you look at his numbers, I went through a bunch of categories, and he's all-time. He's top 10 in a lot of categories, top 15 and even more. To me, his numbers say he is, but I'm curious your perspective. What do you think?
I think he's a no doubt Hall of Famer, and I felt like he was during his time, maybe not the last year in Seattle, but before that, and especially after Lynch was gone. I mean, I thought Russell was chronically underrated. His ability to create explosive plays with his feet through the air, to extend drives on critical third downs. His touchdown to interception ratio was incredible at one point and over an extended period of time. So yeah, I think Russell Wilson, and it's a wide-ranging discussion you can have about personality or whatever. I just think there's something there that forces people to take a more biased view on him that doesn't really benefit him. And I think if you're objective and you operate without any bias, there was just no question that he deserved to be in the conversation for, one of the 5 best quarterbacks during his time. I thought he just had an extended run where he could make positive plays for his team and win games for his team when when everything wasn't going smoothly around him. So, yeah, I think he's definitely a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I asked a Hall of Famer, and I was doing this anonymously, and he said, 8 to 10 years, maybe. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be first ballot Hall of Fame, right? But,
right.
he has the numbers there, so it seems
he's more of a Hall of Famer than Eli Manning. I mean, without question, he's more of a Hall of Famer. I understand Manning won one more Super Bowl, but when you just compare the way those guys played football for their teams, it's not even a question. Russell was a much more consistent, much more productive quarterback.
Hey, Lance, everybody's getting cranky up here because people are crowning the L.A. Rams for being the best team in the NFL, and we're the reigning champions, of course, here. But just, what was your reaction on they definitely bolstered their defense this offseason?
Yeah, I think it's going to turn into a bigger nightmare when Aaron Donald comes back, which I do think is going to happen.
Really?
And I got a funny feeling Aaron Donald can still play football.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a great move for the Rams. The Rams basically said, look, we got a 2-year window. They've got 1 year with Adams at wide receiver, and then he'll move on, or they can maybe try to extend him for another couple of years if he'll take a 2-year deal. So Matt Stafford, I would say, will play at least 2 more years. And so what they're doing basically is trying to give themselves the best possible chance to compete with and defeat Seattle. And to do that, I think one of the things they decided they needed to do was take a very fierce defense and add a little better sack element to it and a little more dominant sack element. So I actually thought it was a good trade for both teams. I understood the trade on both sides. And yeah, I can understand why the Rams are considered, the favorite to win it all. I would just obviously caution against the fact that, for one, there's going to be a belief that maybe Sam Darnold did it once. That should have proved it to people. I think Sam's going to have to prove it again. I think Sam almost has to play at a high level for a third year in a row for people to really buy in and give him the credit that he deserves. And it is what it is. And I think Mike McDonald and Schneider and the entire team, I think there's a great opportunity to use this as a chip on their shoulder and to have something, there's not going to be the same level of complacency because nobody thinks you're the best team in your own division. So I think this could function, at least from a motivational standpoint, as a big positive for the Hawks.
Yeah.
But there's no doubt the Rams got better with Myles Garrett. It's just, you can't say that, but leading into the draft conversation that we're going to have, I actually think Jadarian Price has a chance to really make the Seahawks worry less about the loss of Kenneth Walker because I think very highly of Price.
Yeah, well, you just touched on what I wanted to ask you about, and that is, I don't know how closely you were following the Seahawks going into the draft, but just looking at whatever holes you thought they had, whatever needs you thought they had, how do you feel they did in addressing those?
Well, I follow every team closely, so I thought they did a nice job. They needed safety. They got Bud Clark in the second. I was of the mind I continue to put Jadarian Price at that 32nd pick no matter what because it was just such a massive need. And when you looked at the draft itself, Seattle didn't, you guys didn't add a running back from free agency. It was a pretty good free agency class. You didn't add a free agent running back. You have an injury to a running back who's got to make it back from that injury. And this was a draft that had 2 starting running backs and the rest of them fall off. So to me, you almost had to draft Jadarian Price based on the situation. And you want somebody who can give you the continuity to try to win another championship or continue competing for a championship over the next 2 to 3 years for sure in that window. So Price made sense there. The safety, so when you look at Earl Thomas back in the day, Earl was a little different type of player. I mean, he was a very special Hall of Fame caliber player, but that ball hawking sensitivities, the instincts, 15 interceptions, and I think it was 25 pass breakups for Bud Clark, if my memory serves. That is what you see on tape. He's extremely not only instinctive, he understands how to go get the football. He has the ball skills to take the football away. So, needing that player in the middle who could create some chaos, that's definitely Bud Clark. My concern is some of his injury stuff in the background, 21, 22, 25. He's a little slightly built. He's not afraid to come up and tackle a little bit. So that's, a lot of times a little bit of a concern when you weigh a little bit less as a safety. So I think, durability is going to be my concern there. But from a football standpoint, I love Bud Clark. And then, corner, obviously you needed another corner for Reek Woolen being gone. Long-armed, Neal, who has the height, weight, speed. My concern with him, I say height, weight, speed. I don't think the play speed always shows up. I know the time speed, he was a 4.49 40. I don't always think that shows up when it comes time to recover because he's a little bit clunky with his hips to transition, so it takes him a little longer to really hit that accelerator when he's got to catch up. But now, when it comes to being physical, when it comes to playing typical Hawk football at the cornerback position, he's it. He is a physical run defender. He can get off blocks. He can really run through pass-catching wide receivers at the catch point. And then when he's tight to the coverage, I call him a weighted blanket because he really makes it miserable. His size and length and physicality makes it miserable for wide receivers when he's in phase. So depending on how Seattle uses him, I think he could be a really good addition in the third round. I wouldn't really want him playing a lot of off man where he's got to, flip the hips and transition and be slick with his feet. That's not really his brand of football. So schematically, I have faith that the head coach is going to put him in the right spot. Besides that, Bo Stevens, I know guard. I know the interior offensive line was another spot that I was interested to see where Seattle would pull the trigger because I thought they would. Bo Stevens, I'll just tell you this. He had better tape than Jennings Dunker, who got a lot of, publicity because he's that big, looks like a wildling from Game of Thrones from Iowa, the big red mullet. He has a big red mullet, and it looks so luxurious flying around when he's running his 40-yard dash, and they played Freebird underneath it in a viral video I saw. But I also watched game tape, and the game tape said Bo Stevens was actually the more technically sound and the more consistent guard of the two. He was a tackle at Iowa. He'll play guard Jennings Dunker in the NFL. But Bo Stevens, man, Bo had really good tape. I was really impressed with him. They won the Joe Moore Award, which is the nation's best offensive line for college football, and I'm on the selection committee there. And watching that Iowa tape, he caught my eye right off the bat because he was so consistent with his footwork, so consistent with his hand placement, just really technically sound. I think in day 3, getting a guard like that is a really great value for Seattle at a position of need.
Well, Lance, you nailed Bud Clark because that's all we've seen out here. He's a ball hawk, and that's out at OTAs. He has definitely been around. Hey, just real quick, Lance, the way the NFL scheduled, the Seahawks, pitting the Seahawks against the Rams in the last 3 games, so that they have the Rams at home, then they're at Carolina, then at Los Angeles. I thought that was pretty clever, and that's going to build a lot of drama for the end of this next season.
Well, I think they saw what happened last year, and it really created, it just created. You're talking about, is that how did it come out that way again this year?
Well, last year it was week 11, and then they played them in, what was the next game?
If only there were a way to find out.
Yeah, it was like within 3 or 4 games, I think. But yeah, no. Yeah. So this year, they're going to Philly. This will be a tough stretch. They go to Philly. They got the Rams at home, at Carolina, at the Rams. So yeah,
So I think last year what happened that caught all of our. That really was enthralling for every football fan in every city. Watching the battle going on between Seattle and the Rams was tremendous football. And it just looks like the NFL would love to – I think they feel comfortable and confident that these two teams, even before obviously the Myles Garrett deal, feel comfortable that these two teams will be major factors late in the season. You have the great drama coming off of last year, and my guess is they're just banking on, that being must-watch football in December. And I would say provided injuries don't strike either team, it's going to be I don't love it for those teams. I'm sure both of those teams would rather not have that type of heavyweight fight, 2 times in 3. in 3 games, but the NFL doesn't really care what you like. They care what the viewers like. So two bad teams. We'll fly you to Australia anytime we want.
Yeah, yeah, you nailed that. They don't really care what you think. Lance Zierlein, NFL Network analyst and draft analyst, has been our guest here with Wyman and Bob. Lance, great stuff. We really appreciate the time, and hopefully we get a chance to talk again.
You got it. Thanks, guys.
There you go. Lance Zierlein, everybody. If you missed any part of that, didn't catch the whole conversation, you can find it on the podcast page after the show at seattlesports.com. He was a huge piece of the defensive line last year. We'll talk to Byron Murphy, get his expectations for the season and everything else. He's going to join us here as we continue live from the Virginia Mason Athletic Center. It's Wyman and Bob, Seattle Sports on 710.
Think you know the Mariners? Not if you aren't subscribed to the Daily Mariners newsletter from Seattle Sports.
That's what they've been waiting for.
The latest Mariners news and injury updates, exclusives from Mariners insider Shannon Dreyer.
You look at the pieces and how it works.
Plus the best takes and breakdowns from your favorite Seattle Sports hosts and contributors.
The Mariners seem to be trying to build something that I think is a little bit more sustainable.
The Daily Mariners newsletter.
Monster solo home run.
Subscribe at seattlesports.com/newsletter.
Looking for the best deal on a new home? Discover the D.R. Horton Home of the Week. With new home communities from Lacey to Stanwood, D.R. Horton has the right home for the best value. Visit drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder, an equal housing opportunity builder.
Running a small business means juggling a lot. Your network has to handle it all. That's where a fiber-only provider falls short. You deserve a partner who gives you a greater advantage. Introducing the Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A first-ever combination of the largest, fastest fiber-powered network, the most reliable Wi-Fi, gig speeds with equipment and security included, and a 5-year price lock. Plus, it's all backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee. The Total Solutions Advantage only from Comcast Business. A new standard for small business with reliability, security, and savings in one. When you add it all up, no one does business like Comcast Business.
Switch today. Get started for $60 a month for 12 months when you add an advanced solution to a qualifying internet package. Limited time offer. New customers only. Requires 300 megabits per second internet, security edge, and additional qualifying service. 1-year agreement, paperless billing, and autopay with bank account required. Taxes and fees extra. Most reliable Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
Get away from it all and discover a place where good times are guaranteed. At Silver Reef Casino Resort, you'll discover world-class dining at the steakhouse. Catch your favorite sports on our wall-to-wall screens and sink into pure relaxation at the spa. Tee up at Loomis Trail for championship caliber golf and experience your favorite musicians live at the event center. Visit silverreefcasino.com and book your stay today. Silver Reef Casino Resort, located off I-5 exit 260.
Dave Wyman here, and you've heard me talk about a local company for over a year now I really love working with. Harley Exteriors. You can expect a no-pressure consultation. They're great people to work with, and their windows are beautiful. I recently met with them, and I was excited to hear about the many Seattle sports listeners they've worked with. And now, Harley Exteriors has stepped up with a can't-miss offer. Right now, get $450 off each new window, $1,000 off each patio or entry door, 12-month or 18-month no interest, no payment options, plus $200 off your final project total. If that isn't enough to get you started on a new project, I don't know what is. Schedule a consultation just like I did. Give them a call at 833-HARLEY, that's HARLEY, or go to harleyexteriors.com.
Minimum purchase of 4 windows required for window discount. Qualifying windows must be 36 by 36 or larger. No size minimum on patio or entry doors. Financing subject to credit approval. Cannot be combined with other offers outside this promotion. Offer valid through May 31st.
Stacy here for ARC, a fully electric boat that feels like a luxury EV. ARC boats are easy to operate with significantly less maintenance and service. Book a demo just like I did. They'll pick you up if you can't make it to Kirkland. Go to arcboats.com/demo. That's arcboats.com/demo.
Hi, Chef John Howie here. For 24 years, my team and I at Sea Star Restaurant and Raw Bar have called Bellevue home. We serve fresh, locally sourced seafood, farm fresh produce and poultry, and great steaks. At Sea Star, we like to say there's something for everyone, from the carnivore to the pescatarian to the vegetarian. Come see for yourself at Sea Star Restaurant and Raw Bar in Bellevue. SeaStarRestaurant.com, SeaStarRestaurant.com.
The home of the Mariners.
It is gone! Cal Raleigh, 2-run home run!
Hear every pitch on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
You have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility, not just where your insurance company tells you to go. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. With over 25 years of auto repair work, they'll exceed your expectations.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
At Accurate Auto Body, all their work is performed by certified technicians, only using OEM parts to guarantee the safety of you and your family. For the best in auto body collision repair and customer service, give them a call at 425-883-2450 or AccurateAutobody.wa.com. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
we meet by accident, fixing every last bit. Accurate Auto Body.
For over 113 years, Pacific Lamp and Supply Company has been your #1 lighting specialist in Washington, from the Space Needle in Seattle all the way to the Riverwalk in Spokane. With the largest lighting inventory in Washington, Pacific Lamp's knowledgeable and experienced staff can assist with any lighting issue, including intricate lighting and control designs. Plus, they work with all utilities in Washington to get you the best available lighting rebates. Pacific Lamp and Supply Company, Washington's lighting experts since 1912. Visit pacificlamp.com.
Thinking about upgrading your water heater? Snohomish PUD can help. Right now, you can get $1,000 back when you install a qualifying heat pump water heater. These systems use far less energy than standard electric tanks, which means lower electric bills for you. Oh, nice. Choose an eligible model, apply for your rebate within 90 days, and get cash back from PUD. Learn more at snowpud.com/rebates.
Wyman and Bob.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
Weekdays 2 to 7.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
We continue live from the Virginia Mason Athletic Center. Wyman and Bob, Seattle Sports on 710. Text line is there for you at 866-979-3776. Catch up with Byron Murphy here momentarily. It looks like practice is wrapped up for the day, so we'll talk to him about getting turned. And
I knew that was going to come up at some point.
You want to dazzle him with it? You want to just fit it into a
question? I think it sounds better when you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, with your little accent, your voice there.
My little accent. I have no accent. Yeah, that would be funny just to see if he gave a weird look like, what'd you say?
I bet you when you were in Italy, people said you had an accent.
Well, certainly there, yeah.
Yeah, Byron Murphy, man, I mean, it wasn't like there was one guy that, ran away with the sack totals. It was Uchenna, Leonard, and Byron Murphy with 7 sacks.
Yeah.
Marcus Lawrence had 6. Drake Thomas came in at 5th with 3.5.
How many did D Hall have?
I know he had 2 in the Super Bowl, but he had 2 during the regular season. So, I mean, that's pretty awesome. I saw Uchenna in the elevator after the game, and I was just like, dude, you scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl. I mean, for a defensive end, that's pretty phenomenal. And he's like, yeah. Like, pretty cool.
He could have gone all Cal on you and went, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I did. But he had a great year. And the thing about Byron that we always hear from guys like Jaron Reed, who play that same position, and they're in the weight room with him, they just talk about how strong he is.
Yeah.
And I saw him.
Did you ask him last time we talked to him how much he could bench?
I didn't. I just asked him if it translated into the weight room, and he said yes. And then I was like, you want to expound on that?
You going to ask him again?
Yeah,
what are you benching these days?
Yeah.
What are you doing? How many reps? You can just swell
up. I'll tell you what, some people might be disappointed. I always talk about Carl Mecklenburg, that he was so strong on the field. He would just ragdoll people, but I don't think he could bench over 350 pounds or, 3 1/4 or something like that.
He had really long arms, right?
Well, yeah, I guess.
It's hard for long arm guys to do that.
Well, yeah, that's exactly right as far as the bench goes. So, some of those guys with the short arms and the big chest.
Oh, yeah.
They're only pushing it 6 inches or so. But,
yeah, they're benching Volkswagens out there.
Yeah, but Byron, he had that that move where when he takes on double teams, he'll go down to a knee sometimes.
Yeah.
And he said he actually did that in college, which I didn't see. But
did you see anybody do that before?
Yeah, not really. Not as a technique. Like every once in a while you get into a jam and you just, go there as like kind of a last resort. And it sounded like he, intentionally uses it.
Yeah.
So, I hadn't seen anyone like intentionally do it. So, yeah, he's just, you're getting double teamed almost every time. And, I remember last time we talked to Byron, he was like, he likes being double teamed.
Yeah.
And he gets offended if they don't double.
Like, you think you can handle me with just one person?
Yeah.
How dare you?
Well, and that's why, we talked earlier about Derek Hall. And, I think there's a certain, like, you think you can block me with a tight end? I'm going to make you pay for that.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful.
It's insulting.
Yes.
Yeah. It's good to have guys who are insulted by the opposition.
Yeah.
I want that level of intensity. And again, I loved, in case you just tuned in, we were talking about what we saw out there in practice today. And you talked about it when you saw it last week, just the intensity that was out there for OTAs, and seeing it out there again today. I just love that. It just tells me nobody's resting on their laurels. And I feel like that's more of a fan thing. That, all these guys are going to get comfortable. This guy got paid. He's not going to try as hard now. He's comfortable. These guys have a lot of professional pride, man. I think, yeah, certainly there's something that comes along with a big fat payday, but these guys love to play football. And Mike McDonald, above anybody, is going to pull you off to the side. If you're not getting it done the way he expects, you're going to hear about it.
Yeah.
Right? He's not going to tolerate anybody who's not given 100%. He's not going to, there's just, I don't anticipate drop off anywhere.
Right. No, it's true. The other thing is, remember was it the first year where they got the big fight out there?
Yeah.
It was DK and I think Trey Brown. And I don't see that happening now. And like Mike's kind of established the culture and everything that, hey, and that's what I talked about. We got a chance to go out there and listen to him talk to the team last week when I was out here. And, he was talking about playing up to the line, not over the line. And, everybody, are not playing, behind the line, that we're right up to where, okay, it's full speed and, we're going to get after it, but we're not going to have any fights. We're not going to have anybody taking swings at one another.
Well, nobody wants to get in a fight or take swings with this guy who's just stepped into the room with us. Byron Murphy is here with us. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
Doing great. I like that shirt.
Appreciate you.
I like that. Mob ties. That's cool. Did you get a haircut?
I did.
Yeah,
I was got a new style this year.
Uh-oh.
Rocking the shag.
No superstition? Like, hey, man, we won a Super Bowl last year with this hairstyle. I don't want.
I'm rocking the shag this year, man. Little Dallas swag, Dallas culture, so just putting on for the city.
You're a married guy now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we heard about the Super Bowl trophy getting delivered there.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, so my agent, actually, he surprised me with it. It was a gift from my agent. Shout out to Ron Slavin, man. He brought it to my wedding. Had it in a box.
Yeah.
Cut the box open. Super Bowl trophy. Like, I went crazy, so it made the wedding even better.
Yeah.
So do you have it up on a mantle, or is it in a case somewhere at home? Or
I got it at got it back home at the house. It's out right now.
It's being displayed properly.
Yeah.
Yep. Did it take a while for that to set in? Like, man, I'm a Super Bowl champ. We won the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, man. It took me quite a minute. I think it really hit me when I got to the parade. Like, during the game, it felt like we just won another game. I thought, like, feel like, okay, it's time to get ready for next week now.
Yeah.
We won. But man, when we went to the parade, that's when it really hit. Like, I'm a Super Bowl champ.
What a great year for you, man.
Appreciate
you get married. I mean, that's a huge deal.
Yeah.
And then the Super Bowl thing. I mean, that's quite a year. I mean, you ever just sit back and go, man, look where I was 2 years ago, and now look where I am.
Oh yeah, man. Just seeing, just sitting down, really, reflecting on like how much work I put in, going into year two, how much dedication it took, like, just on the field and off the field as well. Like, I'm just really proud of myself, to where I am now. Now I'm just trying to, progress and get even better.
Yeah.
We were talking about the intensity out there and hearing Coach yelling at some guys, and there's, these are OTAs, and he's letting people hear it. And to me, I love that as a fan because it tells me there's not going to be anybody that's comfortable because, hey, we just won the Super Bowl. We're champs. That intensity and that fire is still there and all that. Do you feel that as a player that there's no drop off here?
You gotta have that, so you won't get complacent, Of course, we won Super Bowl, so you can get into that state of mind to where, okay, we can relax now, we can chill. But not here, we just got that mindset, like Mike said, running forward, in order, to keep having success or to get to that ultimate goal again that we want, we gotta put in the same work we did last year, but more. So.
Yeah, and it looks like that's what you guys are doing. How different is it? It just like if you look at practices last year and then certainly Mike's first year, your first year, it's not like it looked like, it was disjointed or anything, but it just seems like it just like is a well-oiled machine right now, the way you guys are practicing.
To me personally, I feel like it's just natural now, like, because we got the culture, everybody understands, like, we understand, the language and everything, so just having that, like, I feel like it makes us even more scary now because we got the culture, like I said, like everybody, we just got so much chemistry, like everybody know everybody on the field and off the field, like everybody talk to everybody, so the bond is even more bigger than what it was, so it's cool, man. It's a great thing to see.
You individually had a great year last year. Are you a guy that sets numbers for yourself? Like, all right, I had 7 sacks. I want 8 sacks this year. I want 9, or I want this many tackles, or I want to play this percentage of plays. Any kind of goals you set for yourself that way?
Yeah, especially going into this season, man. Like, I want to be all pro, Pro Bowl guy. I want 10 plus sacks. Because I know I could be. I'm that type of player. I know I can be. The best D tackle in this league. So in order to do that, I just got to make strides each and every day, just work on my game. But yeah, man, I'm aiming high this year.
Everybody always talks about, like, Jaron Reed, how strong you are.
Yeah.
And Bob keeps asking me, how much do you bench? I know he wants to ask that much. Honestly, I asked it, like, okay, I asked you this last year. I was like, does it transfer into the weight room? And I probably really did deep down want to know, like, how much you bench. But
well, today I finished with 365 on my last set for 3. So
365 for 3.
That's 3 more than I could do.
He's strong.
I can bitch the house, though, man. I can bitch the house.
I like how you threw that on me, though. That's nice.
No, I really did want to know, just because. The reason why is because I was telling Bob there was a guy named Carl Mecklenburg that I played with, and he really wasn't that strong in the weight room, but he was really strong on the field. Like, you'd see him just twist guys and just had, like, that field strength. So some guys, but you're both, it sounds like.
Yeah. He's weight room and field strong.
Even like taking on a double team from a knee. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
You gotta be strong, man. You got to be strong.
Yeah. And I think you said last year that you get offended when you don't get double teamed. Like, you think you can block me single?
Oh, yeah. I'll take that. That's disrespectful. That's ultimate disrespect. Trying to block me one-on-one. I don't take that lightly. If you blocking me one-on-one, like, that's you're in trouble. So, like, you might as well come with a double, but that's not gonna work either.
So the dropping to the knee thing, is that something you did on your own, or is that something a coach in college showed you? Or
my D-line coach at UT, Bo Davis. When I got there, he made me work on that, every day, like from my freshman year all the way up to I left. And it took me quite a minute to learn it. Like, I was messing up on it, like, every day my freshman year. He cussed me out, like man, I'm talking about he was on me. But
it just didn't feel natural.
Yeah, it didn't feel natural at first. Like, I was I'm on the sled dropping on the wrong knee. Like, I just kept messing up. But like, as time went on, as time progressed, like, I just mastered it.
Yeah.
Yep. He made me work on it, like, every beginning, like at the beginning of practice, like, I'm on the sled every day working that technique.
Nice. Hey, so did you have a honeymoon or take any time off? This such a short off season.
I'm actually going on my money. We're going on our honeymoon after mini camp and everything. We're probably going to St. Lucia.
St. Lucia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to that.
Nice. That's kind of fun to plan that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Very
remember watching Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous.
Looking for ideas?
Yeah, I want to go to that place there, man.
Yeah. Hey, last one before we let you go. Just playing the number of games you did, obviously regular season 17, then going all the way through the playoffs and the Super Bowl. How'd you feel physically at the end of the year? Did you feel it?
I actually felt pretty good. Like, I felt fresh. I feel like the staff, training staff, and the coaches, they did a great job taking care of me, taking care of my body, and I felt pretty good, man. Really throughout the year, and also too, going into the playoffs, like I felt fresh. I felt great. That's the best I ever felt.
Oh, that's good to hear. Well, we can't wait to see you out there this year, man. Congrats on the marriage and obviously the Super Bowl and everything, and we can't wait to see you out there. Thanks as always for the time.
Thank y'all.
Thanks, Byron.
There you go. There's Byron Murphy of your Seattle Seahawks.
All right, that does it for us. I appreciate everybody tuning in. If you missed anything from today's show or any day, all you need to do is head to seattlesports.com, click the podcast tab, scroll down to our picture and click on that, and it'll be right there waiting for you. And as Dave and Lefko tell you every time, click subscribe. That way it's downloaded automatically for you. You never have to go through that process again. Either way, we appreciate you tuning in. We're back tomorrow right here with Wyman and Bob, Seattle Sports on 710.
Have you downloaded the Seattle Sports app?
We're going to have a challenge right here.
What are you waiting for?
Listen to this.
Every pitch.
Here comes the 3-2.
Every game.
Swung on and missed. Got him.
One app for free.
How about that, folks?
The Seattle Sports app. Every game.
Julio racing back.
Right in the palm of your hands.
Makes a leap and makes the catch.
Plus the latest Mariners news, insider access, video, and podcasts.
They got it. Wow.
The Seattle Sports app.
Tonight, Masters of the Universe arrives in IMAX. Does it feel good? Critics agree it's the most fun you'll have at the theaters this summer. It's hugely entertaining. Wow. A nostalgic blast. It truly has the power. Let him do his thing. Experience it on the biggest screen possible.
How does it feel to be the mighty warrior?
Pretty great. Masters of the Universe, rated PG-13, may be inappropriate for children under 13. In premium large formats in IMAX tonight.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
How you do one thing is how you do everything. And for 104 years, Wayscar Ford has treated their customers a very special way. The Wayscarf way. Stacy here, and I've personally felt that. I've driven my new Ford Bronco Sport from Wayscar Ford for over a year now. First of all, I loved getting it. It was exciting, stress-free, loved driving it. But each time I brought it in because of a minor bump or service, their team has been friendly and polite. They explained each vehicle they sell includes a complimentary lifetime powertrain warranty. It covers your engine, transmission, rear end, and also seal and gaskets for any of those components. If it's four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive like my Bronco, the warranty covers the transfer case as well. I always leave Wayscar Ford with a smile on my face. And you should too, with rates as low as 3.99 on approved credit, no payments until football season to help you save even more. It's better than the employee discount. It's the family discount, and it's only at Wayscar Ford in Auburn. WayscarFord.com. That's WayscarFord.com.
Dave Wyman here, brand new member of Harborstone Credit Union, and I got my PNW Cashback checking account for free. No fees or minimums, and when I make everyday purchases with my Harborstone PNW Cashback debit card, I earn up to $30 each month. Gas, groceries, coffee, travel, lunch, all categories count toward your cash back. Open your free account online like I did. Go to harborstone.com/cash or visit one of their 30 branches across the Northwest.
Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Support comes from Amazon Business. Free your team from time-consuming procurement tasks. Discover smart business buying where unmatched selection meets AI-driven tools to simplify complex processes so you can focus on what matters most. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code TRACK to borrow up to $10,000